think you're a hater, Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
And if you was instead of hating, you'd be ballin' too. I know you seen us fallin' through. All the rich niggas is all my crew. Fuck it, they can't touch us. If stuck up is what you call it, cool. Ooh, you should've seen when I came down in that. Black on black, cause it's greater haters face down on the mat. Splat, yeah, I can make a green nigga mad. Quick, fast, flash like 10 cash on this bitch ass. You can tell I'm a G by the walk in the stands. I play the game, make me talk in the stands. Watch how you talk when you talk to the man. If it ain't about bridge, you talk to the head. I show you how to get rich. You got a weak arm, I show you how to pitch. Made so play, I show you by the hit. And tell the police I don't know about shit. Hey, God, I'm fly, something like the air. Ain't that something when it's stunting, man? It's nothing like air. Homie, hold it right there. Homeboy, right there.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
I got one in the back, I got one in the front. I make them do what I say. They tell me say what I want, I tell them get your money, girl, and just stop breathing. Cause if it ain't about that dough, it ain't about me neither. See a gangster like myself, I get that paper and women. Man, your woman probably out there with some paper to give me. Listen, you're looking at a real pimp, ask my old women. And they'll tell you no remote, I control women. I'm a whole load, put me in the game, woman. If he ain't paying, then he shouldn't be playing. I'm saying, broke dudes only make jokes funny. I make more than I can fit in this quote, honey. Unquote, come sun soak with me, ma. Fly you down here and lay you up in my beach house.
Haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go, haters going down for the count. Looking at the ground, I think you're a hater, I think you're a hater. Haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, haters everywhere we go, where we go.
Look, you see that other chick asked that. She said where the cash at, Rim said where the paper, plastic product, and where the stash at, where the keys to the whip in the crib, and where's the address.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me a op, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Hop out and leave them holding like the Bible. AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK to anybody, kill. Hop out, get the Draco. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. Smoke. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I keep this pussy, leaving nigga bleed. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really tripping, leaving nigga bleed. I keep this squeeze, leaving nigga bleed.
Good afternoon, everybody. Happy Shabbat. Peace and blessings to everybody in the building. Hope everybody has a blessed day today. It's Friday, and I'm ready to sing. Y'all remember that shit? But Terrell Davis, peace and blessings, salute. Big AMC FSG, all things in the building, salute, homie. Andy Gill, what's popping with you? What's cracking? What's popping, blood? What's popping? What's pimping, cuz? Terrell W, salute, king, peace and blessings to you. To the beautiful Miss Todd Drakeford. How you doing today, queen? That's all I can say. When I see you, Miss Todd, be like, my. Let me stop before I die. I had to stop before I die. Shane Fraser, salute. Paul Game in the building, salute. LV, what it do? Peeps and blessings. My nigga D1, the real one in the building. Salute, homie. Hey, them shorts you be doing, D1, boy, you be having me cracking up, boy, but you be on point with them shorts. You the short king right now. Brian the King Falcone in the building. Salute, King. Big AMC FSG. My nigga GT Parker in the building. Shalom, King. Happy Shabbat today. Fresh Baker with the motherfucking pies in the building. Salute, salute. Bruh, 6500, salute. Peace and blessings, bro. And prayers out for your mom as well, bro. Hope everything's well. Shout out to my nigga Don Trickham. Don't trick him. Big AMC FSG in the building. Salute, Don. My nigga LaMarcus Robinson in the building. Salute, fam. James Marshall, what's up? Dank Luke Kane in the building. Salute, salute, salute. Let's see. J.A. Dixon, salute, King. Peace and blessings to you. All right. I think that's about it. I was about that. Yeah, we there now. We good. So, salute to everybody in the building. Everybody and their mothers. Salute, peace and blessings. Yeah, I be seeing all your shorts, D1. I be seeing all of them. I be like, yeah, that's good right there, bro. Like them shorts, people don't realize, but shorts is what really gets you subscribers. Like people, that's how people, because people don't have a long attention span. So the shorts is really like from the shorts that I did. That's how I went to 2,000 to 8,000 in a month with the shorts before I got boxed. But like the shorts, that's the best way to do it. Them shorts is how you get people to see your content. Shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic in the building, man. All praise to the Most High. And happy Shabbat, my brother. Happy Shabbat. But yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, yeah, that's why I start Monday. I'm gonna start back on my other channel, D1, because they killing my ass over here. I ain't gonna be able to get this shit monetized again, I don't think. Cause they keep finding a reason not to make me monetize. So I should say, fuck it, I'm just gonna monetize my regular channel or my other channel. And shout out to my nigga D1 in the Cash App with the $2 holler, man. Appreciate you, King. Yeah, that'll get the views right there. And shout out to my nigga D1 in the Cash App with the $2 holler. I appreciate you. It's Friday, but I just need 4 more people to support the grind. I just want 5 a day. But salute to everybody on this Good Friday. But Dr. Key will be in just a second. But shit, it's fight week this week. And on paper, this is a good fight, but this shit, it's like getting business. Salute. If we're gonna be honest about this shit, this fight right here, Boots about to damn crash out on this nigga, dog. And shout out to the beautiful Miss Ty Drakeford in the Cash App with the $5 holler. Thank you so much, Queen. You always represent the channel. I always appreciate you. Thank you so much. But yeah, Jerome Boots Ennis, he about to fuck Stanley Onis up. I went back yesterday just to make sure. And I looked at Stanley Onis versus Batayev. I watched Stanley Onis versus Thomas Delorme. Like, Stanley Onis, that nigga's a sitting duck, man. Like, he's a sitting duck. And then I went back and watched Karen Kukadajian and a couple of his shit. I honestly feel like Karen Kukadajian can beat Amanta Stanionis. Exactly, Cash Crypto. I feel like Karen Kukadajian, I feel like is a better fighter than Amanta Stanionis. Like the dude that Boots just got finished fighting. I feel like he puts the beats down on Stanionis. Like people don't realize, but Karen Kukadajian was actually a hell of a fighter. And shout out to my brother Dank Luke King in the Cash App with the $5 holler, bro. I appreciate you, King. Appreciate you for supporting the grind, bro. Yeah, I just need 2 more people to support, but you know, Boots about to beat this nigga ass. Like, honestly, and I'm just being honest. Salute the PGB Big Dog. I don't think there's nobody at motherfucking and shalom to my brother, Mr. Altruistic in the Cash App with the $10 holler, bro. I appreciate you, King. Shalom, you always support the grind, my brother. Just need 1 more person to support and we good. But honestly, I sat back and looked at the landscape, right? I don't think there's nobody at 147 that really will test Boots. Like, I think Mario Barrios gets washed because Mario Barrios, he's kind of basic as well, right? And Brian Norman Jr., I feel like Boots stopped him dangerously. I mean, like, I feel like Boots stops Brian Norman. VFAP. That's why I think you're wrong, bro. I think Stanionis is a joke compared to Boots. I feel like Stanionis is not harder than Karen Kukadajian. PGB Big Dog. I don't see it though. I don't see Brian Norman being a tough fight. I went back and looked at Brian Norman versus Quentin Randall. Then I went back and watched Brian Norman versus another black fighter. If you watch Brian Norman versus black fighters, instead of front foot dominant come forward fighters, Brian Norman does not look impressive. Like that Quentin Randall fight could have went either way. Like when he's in the ring with a slick athletic fighter, Brian Norman is not the bee's knees, bro. Like that's why everybody used to sit there and say, "Oh, Tank only fighting Mexicans. He's not fighting no black fighters." Because fighting a black fighter, that's a different wrinkle to your game. Like it's not a you know, it's a different wrinkle. But shout out to my brother LaMarcus Robinson in the Cash App with the $5 holler, bro. Appreciate you, King. Thank you for supporting the grind. But Terrell, you sit there and say that Stanley ain't a soft touch. I'm not saying he's a soft touch, but I'm also saying he's not dangerous. Like it's nobody at 147 that's gonna hurt Boots. It's nobody at 147 that's gonna test Boots. Like Jerome Boots Ennis, I'm just gonna be real. Everybody at 147 is food for him. I don't see no competitive fight for him at 147. And I'm just being 100% honest. As a former fighter and as a talent scout, I'm looking. If Monta Stanionis, he keeps his head on the line. If Monta Stanionis, he doesn't have quick hands or quick feet. If Monta Stanionis is like Devin Haney, he's fundamentally sound. Like he's fundamentally sound, but he doesn't wow you. You feel what I'm saying? Like he doesn't wow you. You feel me? Like you know how some fighters they got that wow. Like with Andy Gill, Bud and Boots would have been a great fight. They could have tested each other. You feel me, Andy Gill? So Bud can't use that for a reason because Boots was right there for Bud. And that would have been the biggest test for Bud right there. Y'all both are ambidextrous, so they say. BFAP. All right, BFAP. I'll holler at you, buddy. I don't got time for dumb shit today. Bye, BFAP. And since you saying Boots can fight Tank, you dumbass, you also know that they say Tank hits harder than Boots. Tank hits harder than Boots. But Jerron Boots Ennis is also 5'11", and he rehydrates to 160. Like, motherfuckers stupid as shit. I ain't got time for stupid motherfuckers today. Goodbye. Like, yeah, like, that's dumbass shit. Plus, if you dumbass motherfuckers want to use the weight classes don't matter, check this out. A 130-pound fighter can beat a 200-pound person who is not skilled in boxing, you dumbasses. Jake Paul is not a skilled boxer. Jake Paul got beat by Tommy Fury, who was a reality TV show star. So if Tank was to fight Jake Paul, Tank would still have the advantage because a trained assassin versus a motherfucker that is an amateur is a big difference. Weight classes don't matter when it's a difference in skill that great. Floyd Mayweather versus Canelo. They both were professional. Canelo outweighed Floyd by 26 pounds. Floyd was way older, but Floyd still beat the shit out of Canelo. You know why? Because skills pays the bills. So really, it doesn't matter the size of a person. If it's a bigger skilled person will always beat a littler skilled person, but Jake Paul doesn't have skills. And matter of fact, I do it like this. Floyd Mayweather versus Logan Paul, like I said yesterday. Logan Paul is much bigger than Floyd Mayweather, you dumbass. Floyd knocked Logan Paul out, and Logan Paul is much bigger than Floyd Mayweather. Floyd knocked this man out and carried him the whole fight. Like, niggas is stupid as shit. Like, exactly, Brian the King Falcon. Like, niggas always want to talk about, well, weight don't matter with Tank. Well, why do you even tell Devin to fight Tank? They tried to fight him. And weight don't matter when you're doing an exhibition. Like, Blue Blood got y'all niggas sucking dick crazy, bro. Like, y'all can't use common fucking sense. You can also see it's a video where that damn dude, I forgot the dude's name, that's at 130 pounds. He was in Vegas. Nigga tried to fight him. The nigga was about 200 pounds. He knocked that nigga out in Vegas. Nigga had about 70 pounds. Deontay Wilder is 220. Dominique Brazil was 280. Wilder FaceTimed that nigga. I call it FaceTime. Wilder knocked out a lot of people that was way big. Everybody in the heavyweight division is way bigger than Deontay Wilder. So don't make it seem like weight don't matter. It's about the skills. And Tank has the skills and he has the power. But if you put an amateur fighter versus a professional fighter, the professional fighter is going to smash the amateur. Shout out to the beautiful Queen Ashley. So y'all keep sitting there talking about, hey, weight don't matter. Yeah, he FaceTimed that bitch, bro. Hell yeah. D1, that shit was FaceTime. Get that nigga a facial. A motherfucking money shot. Sent that nigga to the upper room. He made that nigga catch the whole Amazing Grace. That nigga woke up in the Holy Spirit. Yes, sir. Motherfuckers be killing me like, and that's the shit that gets me like, motherfuckers be wanting to argue stupid ass shit. Like, that's the shit that gets me like, they don't even have no rhyme or reason behind the shit, dog. Like, it doesn't be no rhyme or fucking reason, bro. It's just, hey, let me think of the stupidest shit I can argue about today. Hey, Tank, Tank had his hair permed out. Did you see that? Tank had his hair perm. So is he gonna try to compete against the female fighters now, or do you think Tank's gonna prop up his pinky when he punches a man, try to punch a person with articulate in class? Like, these some dumb fuckers, dog. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, this shit. Shout out to my nigga Cal Coolidge, the motherfucking general in the cash app with the $10 holler, man. And shout out to my nigga, I think the Simmy's World. Well, shout out to Simmons in the cash app with the $3 holler. I appreciate y'all for supporting the grind, man. Like I said, I appreciate everybody that supports the grind. You feel me? But like, motherfuckers be coming up with so much fucking propaganda, bro. Like, Tank got attacked by his girl. Like, she shitted on his toothbrush. She attacked him. Oh, Tank's a woman beater. Like, what the fuck? She was the one doing the beating. Like, they even said that Tank didn't throw not one punch, but Tank's the woman beater because he used his head to attack his girl's hands. Like Tank was headbutting his girl's hands. Like, that shit be crazy as hell. That's like a fat person blaming food because of the reason that they fat. When I be sitting there talking, oh, it's my metabolism, and it's just the way they got us stressed, and we can't lose weight because it's a systematic oppression to keep us big. No, if you just eat less. I don't give a fuck what it is. If you eat less, you lose weight. No, they're systematically putting this shit in our food. Okay, well, stop putting food in your mouth. I don't give a fuck who it is. If you go 3 days without eating, you will lose fucking weight. I don't give a fuck what type of slow. You can have the metabolism of a snail. Guess what, Ty? They can have thyroids. Your body will cannibalize them fucking thyroids in 3 days. And a motherfucker can't tell me because I was on a hunger strike for 9 days when I was in prison. And I went from 228 pounds to like 130. Like my body started crashing. They had to put a tube down my throat and give me damn like not Infamil. It's them shakes, them Ensures. Shout out to my nigga Oakland. They had to give me like 3 Ensures and shit. Like, when you go on a hunger strike, I don't care how big their bones is, PDB big dog. The motherfucker stop eating for 5 days. I guarantee anybody go on a water diet, don't eat no food for 5 days. 5 days, you will lose over 30 pounds. You say, why I go on strike, Miss Ashley? Oh, because when I was at USP Beaumont, Texas, I had stabbed a police officer. And they beat the fucking shit out of me, Miss Ashley. And they beat the shit out of me. They sent me to the hospital. So when I came back, because I had stabbed a police officer, I was getting to the hole. They were sending me to Marion, Illinois. But if you do something to the motherfucking police officers, they want to get their get back. So the motherfuckers was spitting in my food. Like, they would sit there and come to my door, and I could see them and just spitting in my food and shit. And I could see that my food has been tampered with. So I'm not about to sit here and eat some shit that you just did that to. So the only thing I could do was, oh no, bro, 6,500. It'll be over 30 pounds, bro. And I'm gonna explain it to you. But after that, like, the only thing I could do was declare a hunger strike. Because if you're on a hunger strike, they have to put you in an observation tank, and they have to have cameras, and they have to document everything you get. So, they got to document everything. Big Dre, salute, King. So now they can't fuck with your food and shit because your shit got to come packaged. Like, they don't even give you regular food now. It's packaged. And you got to refuse it. So the first 3 days you don't eat, you'll lose about 10 pounds in the first 3 days. Especially if you're walking around the room like I was because you're burning up the calories. And after the 3rd day, you're not hungry no more. The 4th day, I lost 7 pounds. The 5th day, I lost 9 pounds. The 6th day, I lost 12 pounds in one day. And I could barely walk around because my muscles was tight and they were sore because my body was cannibalizing all the fat that I had. And then after that, like your body start cannibalizing your muscles. You don't want to let them eat your muscles too much because when you get that protein in your pee, it messes up your kidneys, right? So by like the ninth day, I had lost like 60 some pounds in 9 days. Like I had lost 60 some pounds and I couldn't really get up off I couldn't get up off the bed no more. But I still wasn't about to mess with the food. So like by the damn near almost the 10th day, they said, look, we'll go ahead and get you out this prison and we'll go ahead and rush you on to Marion. So you don't have to sit here and take the abuse here, but you got to come off the hunger strike. And so I signed on the thing. They signed on the thing that they was going to get me shipped this week. And I allowed them to put the tube down my throat. Because when you don't eat for like 7 days, if you try to eat, that shit right there will hurt your throat. Like, it will hurt your fucking throat. Like, trying to eat food. Because when you eat food, you're constantly putting trauma into your mouth. So when you don't eat and then you start back eating, it will hurt your throat, your stomach, everything right there. And whatever you eat, the first time you eat, you will defecate within 30 minutes because your shit gonna be bubbling up. Like as soon as that shit hits your stomach acids, it's gonna start bubbling up. You're gonna feel the chemical reactions because you ain't had nothing in your stomach for so long, and it's just gonna like you're gonna fill up with gas. And then you're just gonna have, I don't care how much you eat the first time, you ain't gonna be eat that much because your stomach's small, but you're gonna have the squirts. It ain't gonna be nothing solid. It's just gonna be the squirt coming out. Boom. But yeah, I done been in 2 hunger strikes in my life. Bruh, 6500, you said you went 21 days without food. I mean on water. But yeah, you know, the last couple days I wasn't even drinking water. But you can go on a water diet. That's why I say when people say they having problems losing weight, like if you now going on a hunger strike, that means you stop drinking the water too, so it makes it dangerous. But if a person has a lot of weight on them, or you got a say like you got a fat content of over 21%, if you got over 21% body fat, you can go 10 days without eating, just drinking fluids. And I'm guaranteeing you can lose at least 40 to 60 pounds in 10 days. As long as you're active, take vitamins. So you take vitamins so your protein to stay up. Because after the 3rd day, your body will try to get that energy and it's not going to have the energy to build up for what you done took away. So you're going to start getting cramps and it's going to start hurting. So it ain't no way that a motherfucker can say that they ain't trying to lose weight. They're trying to lose weight because if you're really trying to lose weight, if you're disciplined, you can get the weight off you in a minute. And, you know, eat some Strong J. Oh, hey, Strong J. Oh, Key's in the building. How you doing, best friend? You know, just go on a woman and water diet.
My God.
Get all the vitamins and minerals you need right there.
My goodness. Hello. Hey, happy Friday, y'all. We made it. I made it. We made a salute to Upper, his beautiful wife and family. Hey, you guys. I hope y'all having a good day. Big Dre, where you been? Good to see you, King. I'm dedicating my portion of the show to the one of the albums that she put crack in this album. You understand? Like,
hold on, Pete. This is my wife calling. Hold on.
She absolutely killed the game. She's still one of my favorite. I'm actually going to go see her. Coming up, I have concert tickets. I'm nervous though because they saying my girl, she not really performing like that. they said Mary, my girl, be tired and she be having the audience singing for her. But I'm optimistic. But I want to say congratulations to Mary J. Blige. Her album, My Life, which has changed my life for a fact. When I first heard it, no skips. That was back in the day when you listen to albums, there were no skips. My Life is one of those. It has been inducted into the Library of Congress, making her, I think, either the 3rd Black woman, an artist, or in this genre too, R&B, to have a moment like that. As we all know, the first was Lauryn Hill, which we can't. Lauryn Hill is Lauryn Hill. You feel me? Lauryn Hill gonna do her thing. That album is a dang on classic. The Miseducation. I still got the album and I have the vinyl. But Mary J. Blige joins Lauryn Hill with this honor. So shout out to my girl Mary. I can't wait to see her. I'm gonna be going crazy because that woman, man. You know, everybody got that. You know, when it comes to artists, everybody have that song that just like soon as you hear it, you just gotta sit down for a minute. You feel me? Or tell everybody be quiet so you could just take it in. Mary J. Blige have like 6 songs of that for me. Like the girl album is insane. Her album run was insane, but shout out to her. Exactly, Ashley. I don't know who can I would say Mariah, even though that'd be weird because they're 2 different genres, but the only one like Mariah Carey, her pen game. I always said Mariah Carey is one of the greatest songwriters of our lifetime. One of them, at least top 2 for sure, top 3. But I would say Mariah would be a good versus because they could go hit for hit. You know, Mariah still owned the record for most number ones. Was she at like 25? Hell, All I Want for Christmas, it goes number 1 every year. You know what? All Mariah Carey got to do is literally just wait every Christmas to get paid. That is crazy. Catalog ain't nobody effing with Mary. I don't know. I would say Mariah. I would say it'd be a close one. But that's how I feel about Kanye too. You could say what you want, but man, that's a tough versus. I don't know who could go against Mary, Kanye. It's a couple artists, man. Hey to the beautiful queens. Shout out to the queens in the building. The queen of this boxing talk, Ashley's Corner. Salute to my girl Ty. We cut up yesterday. Salute to the beautiful queen, The Truth. My girl Cassandra. What up, queen? I don't know if Arena's in here, but I want to say hey to her. The beautiful queen. Salute to Opulent. Hey, all things. My right hand, Picasso Brian, the king of the chat. Marquis, my boy. J.A., where you been? All the toxic women love. You know what, bye. I'm so over you. You just hating. The YouTube unboxing goat, Thomas Hill in the building. Salute, King. Hey, Terrell. Always good to see you. If I missed you, don't worry. I'm going to get y'all as y'all coming in. Hey, Brock. Good to see you, Brock. Probably Brandy kind of fell off to me. I think after her full moon, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying she ain't had no songs, but as far as going against Mary, I think, look, low key, please, Beehive, don't kill me. I think Mary J. Blige might smoke Beyonce. Like, hit for hit, like, long-lasting impact, and we know Beyonce is Beyonce. She the queen bee. You know what I'm saying? And she might have a more commercial success. But I got a feeling. I don't know. I think that's a tough battle. Like, if you put My Life versus Dangerously in Love or 4, people didn't like 4 by Beyonce. I thought that was actually, I think that's her most complete album to date. But if you was to put Mary's 411 and My Life against Beyonce's Dangerously in Love and 4, I got Mary, bro. I think Mary smokes both of those R&B albums by Beyonce. I ain't even finna stunt to y'all. You understand? Hey, Andy. Good to see you. But anyways, yeah, the Musta 411, like, man, look, I don't know. That's a tough one. I would like to see it, though. But welcome, everybody. GM, I got you, King. Yes, I feel you. I feel you, Frank. GM been cussing me out all week. Hey, Planet. GM been cussing me out all week about the Shakur and Zapata stuff and taking Jake Paul. We gonna get there. GM been going at it, cussing me. I ain't even do nothing. GM been cussing me out. Every time he sees something about Zapata or Tank, he cussing me out. Beyonce has too many ghost writings, in my opinion. It's not even that. I'm just talking about like the delivery of it. Like, I can literally tell y'all it was Mary J. Blige's 411 and My Life album, Aaliyah's One in a Million album, Maxwell Urban Hang Suite, Tony Braxton's Secrets, Like those are albums that when I was going through some things as a teenager, I can literally put in my CD player and they would take me someplace mentally where I would forget, you know what I'm saying? And do all that like, yeah, nah. Mariah Carey smokes Anita Baker. That's my girl. I like Anita with her little mean self, but Mariah Carey, y'all got to understand, Mariah Carey discography is cold-blooded. She got songs with Bone Thugs and Harmony and the Boyz II Men. She got songs. You feel me? Yeah, dig, share my world. Exactly, Planet. Like, again, I don't know who could battle Mary. The only one I could say is, as far as hit for hit, and Mariah Carey Emotions album took me to, is Mariah. That's it. You know, like, that's the only one. Mary cold-blooded. So congratulations to that queen. I'm so proud of her. Definitely worth that. Joins Lauryn Hill as the only two soul ones. You feel me? And we already know what Lauryn Hill album did. The Miseducation smoked everything. Yeah, that Rainbow album, period. So let's get into this boxing talk, y'all. We got so much to get into. Lord have mercy. It's ghetto. Hopefully GM will stop cussing me out. Cussing me out. Opulent came in, swinging too. Hey, D1. And shout out to my people that's at work. Everyone that be in the background listening, from D1, Miss Joette, Mr. Mr. Animalistic, Mr. Jermaine Wood, Daryl Thingpen. Salute to you, Kings. I hope y'all having a good day. Salute to Cash Crypto. And make sure you guys like, subscribe to my boy D1 and Ashley's Corner. So let's kick this off. We got a lot to get into because it's been ghetto. A lot of backtracking been going on. A lot of scratching the head like, huh? What the hell is going on? But I do want to say we are going to get an immediate rematch between David Adelaide, David Adelaide and Jamie TKV for the British heavyweight title. After that controversy this past Saturday, I ain't gonna lie, I didn't watch that fight. So whoever watched that fight, hey to the beautiful queen. Yep, I'm doing one today, Brian. Y'all let me know what happened. Because we were so busy. We had like 82 fights this weekend. But they're going to rematch. Whatever happened in that, they're going to rematch. And I'm not going to come up here and lie like I saw it. I did not see that fight. So if y'all know what happened, let me know. Hey, Picasso. Y'all let me know why they got to do an immediate rematch. I guess they mad. You feel me? But speaking of they mad, folks are mad that Raymond Ford, they feel like he's taking it, his mind should be on Thomas Matisse this weekend. He has, as we all know, Ford will be returning on the Boots undercard. But Ford has taken the time out to give his hit list. And he said he wants Sugar Nunez, which I like Sugar Nunez. And he also wants, he said after he's done fighting Thomas this weekend and Sugar, he wants to unify with Oshaki Foster. Now, I got to thinking, do y'all like that fight? Raymond Ford versus Oshaki Foster? I thought y'all said that fight would be boring. What do y'all think? Hey, Dondrick. Good to see you. To the beautiful queen, Barbara D in the building. Raymond gets stopped by Shushu. Well, Raymond wants to fight Oshaki Foster. He said he wants Sugar Nunez IBF belt, and then he wants to unify with Oshaki Foster. I was thinking about that style of the fight, and do you think that'll be boring? Ford to probably stop Foster. I think Ford may be a little bit too much for Foster offensively. I could see that. And Raymond Ford could push the gas and put Foster on the ropes. One thing that Conceição kind of, I'm not gonna say like exposed, because I do feel like they robbed Foster the first fight. But him on the rope, like Foster has to learn how to grab him up. Stop letting their hands get the swinging, because that's what the judge was seeing. That's a lot of people argue that's what won Conceição the first fight. Hey, General. Okay, thank you, General. Hey, Marcus, darling, is in the building. Faster jab, he has a size and reach advantage. Nick Ball whooped him and he ain't said his name again. Oh, we're gonna get to Nick Ball because somebody calling Nick Ball out a lot. I'm just telling y'all, get ready for this Nick Ball fight. I'm pretty sure next year sometime. But I'm just wondering, I started thinking about that style because it seemed like everybody is pretty much calling on O'Shaquie Foster right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, some odd reason, a lot of people think that Foster is sweet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he a lick pretty much. You know, like Lamont Roach said that when he's done, he would go back down to fight O'Shaquie Foster. Raymond Ford is calling out O'Shaquie Foster. What was that other guy named, y'all remind me? Who was just calling out O'Shaquie Foster to fight him? Oh, Steve Fulton, remember? Fulton said, Cool Boy Steph said he'll go up there and fight Foster and take his belt. So Foster is looking like a walking lick for a lot of people right now. I'm curious. I wonder who he gonna get. Shock is a lick. That's what they look. It's looking like they got 3 people after him. O'Shaquie Foster. Raymond Ford, Cool Boy Steph, and what's his name? All 3 of them want O'Shaquie and Lamont Roach. Lamont Roach want O'Shaquie Foster. Interesting to see who he chooses. But as we know, Raymond Ford got to focus on his meal this weekend with Matisse. So let's see. Foster is a gatekeeper. He just hasn't got the message. I don't think so. I think that Foster, you know what? I'm worried about the pressure. I think out of all 3 of those, Cool Boy Steph, Raymond Ford, and Lamont Roach, dang, do he get beat by all 3? I think that the only one that he could beat Dondrick out of those 3, like, I'm like 75% sure. Shoot. Maybe it would be Raymond. I say Ford. I agree with that, Dondrick and Ashley. I agree with that. I believe that that jab, keeping Ford on the outside, he got to know how to slow down Ford's momentum, though. Because when Ford get into a groove, there's nobody good in that division like that. As far as when they get into their bag, Ford, it can be a problem. He's going to be like Jose Pedraza. Dang, y'all ain't got no faith in O'Shaquie Foster. Wow. Foster be on some Shakur-ish. Foster showed me a dog. The reason why I take up for O'Shaquie Foster is because he showed me a dog in Mexico 2 years ago. They had my boy down on the cars. They was finna rob my boy, and he pulled it out. You feel me? Pause. Foster with that style can be outpointed. I don't know, Planet. I think it's a really interesting fight, and now I want to see. Well, he got 3 people. He's the new Canelo in the lower weight division. He got 3 people looking at him. Cool Boy Steph, Raymond Ford, and Lamont Roach. Let's see which one gets the lottery ticket. Salute to the beautiful Queen DG. She said, I wonder why Neverette and Foster don't unify. Good question. Oh, you know what, though? I think, too, DZ, you know how one thing that Bob Arum don't play about is Emmanuel Neverette. He like him some Neverette. He gonna keep giving that man looks, championship fights and everything. So I can't see him moving him right now with a Foster or any of them boys. You know what I'm saying? I think he gonna take his time because Neverette makes his return in June, if I'm not mistaken. And it ain't no tough competition for him. Abdullah Mason beats Foster. Kenny, come on now, y'all. They not even in the same weight. Now y'all just being mean. And then he fight like he did against Robeson. So you don't know what you are getting. Yeah, that is, I get that. And like I said, he showed me something when he was on the ropes with Casasiao, how he wasn't able to slow him down at all. And his defense looked a little leaky. You feel me? So I don't know. But he got 3 people at him. Okay, they chasing his lick right now. Foster brings the smoke, silence to critics. Yeah, I will hope so. But let's see. So that's Raymond Ford. Raymond Ford is definitely he gave us this hit list. That's who he wants to fight. And I'm holding them to it. Y'all already know what I say. I'm holding them all to it. You want that? I want to see you go down this list. Now, speaking of lists, Eddie Hearn has came out. Y'all done bully Eddie Hearn to death. If I was Eddie, I wouldn't even give y'all no more interviews because y'all can't just keep cussing this man out and having him come out and try to talk his stuff now. Y'all keep just messing with this man. But Eddie Hearn has backtracked. Now remember,
Sorry
it
about
worked.
that, best friend. I had to handle some situation real quick. Sorry about that. Sorry about that, y'all. Had a little family emergency we had to take care of real quick. But I appreciate y'all patience and I appreciate the venerable Dr. Keith for holding it down. Shout out to my brother Terrell Davis in the Cash App with the $5 holler. Appreciate you, King. And let's get back on track. Kenny Drake, salute, King. Rod Walker, salute, King. All right, I'm ready for you, Dr. Keith. Let's get back on pimping. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So I'll rewind. So everybody is coming after Eddie Hearn. Eddie, y'all just keep coming. Eddie has something to say. I see. Now y'all just keep cussing this man out. And if I wouldn't give y'all no more dang on interviews. Y'all not gonna keep doing this. Now, Eddie, as we all know, Baval and Batarviev are moving forward the trilogy that nobody asked for. And Baval is dropping the WBC. Now remember, Upper, Eddie said that that Baval was paid more than $8 million. Remember that?
It's a fucking lie.
Okay, so people were calling him out for that lie. Okay, people were calling him out. So y'all done bullied this man so much that he has came out with another statement. And I can't stand y'all for this. Eddie Hearn said that Dmitry Baval is not about the money. Now it's about Baval is contractually obligated to Turkey, so they couldn't accept the Benavidez offer. So it wasn't.
I call bullshit. And you want me to tell you why?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He's not signed to Turkey, Eddie. He's signed to you. But what it is, Eddie, you got down on your hands and knees and tooted your ass up. And you told Turkey, I'll do anything and everything just to give your smile. That's what it is. He got his ass tooted up for Eddie. That's all it is. Eddie got his ass tooted up for Turkey.
Was that nice?
No, it's the truth. Eddie Hearns, he said he will get down on his hands and knees and clean Turkey shoes.
You never gonna let that up. You never gonna get it up. I swear to God.
You want me to tell you? Because that was a code, Key. If you getting down on your hands and knees in front of a man, what are you doing?
He didn't say he was getting down on his hands and knees. He just said he'll clean his shoes, Upper.
Well, Key, if you get down on your knees in front of a man, you're not cleaning those shoes, are you?
Upper, what if he's sitting down in a chair and Turkey put his feet up and he starts cleaning the shoes? He ain't on his hands.
Have you ever seen a person? Have you ever seen the shoe cleaner? They are on their knees.
Yes.
They're on their knees.
But what if he's sitting in a chair though, Upper?
It'll be Turkey in a chair. And he'll be sitting
and Eddie could sit in a chair too, though. Eddie could sit across from him in a chair. Come on, y'all. I think y'all have been cussing Eddie out for weeks. Can we call a truce for Eddie? I feel bad for him. Y'all making this man come out and defend what he said 2 days ago.
Because he be lying. Like if he don't stop lying, then people wouldn't have to worry about it, Keith. Like motherfucking the nigga, it's posted. He got 2.8. He got $5 million for Canelo. You got this man turning down his biggest payday in his career. Canelo was his first biggest payday, $5 million. And remember, they had a problem getting that $5 million. Now Al is offering this nigga $8 million. $8 fucking million. And you made him turn it down because you told Turkey you're gonna be his bitch.
Oh my God.
That's what it is. Turkey got motherfuckers turning down big paydays. Like, first off, and that's what makes the lies so fucking bad. And feeling real cool. I'm gonna post a link for my other channel. I'm gonna post a link for it because on starting Monday, I'm gonna start going live from that channel. I'm gonna stop going live from this channel. But like, it's the lies that they keep compounding. Like, Turkey's giving everybody the biggest paydays. Turkey's making the fights we all want to see. That's a lie, and that's a lie. And then Turkey is good for boxing. That's a lie. That's 3 lies back to back that's compounded, and they keep making the shit worse. And the boxing is never going to be what it's supposed to be if we keep having this damn bullshit go on, Key, if we don't say shit about it. Like, if you want to make the best, and then he trying to make it seem like he didn't want the Benavidez versus Bivol fight, but Turkey, you did. Because we remember you offering David Benavidez to come over and fight Dimitri Bivol. You sat there and offered it. You was like, hey, David Benavidez, you had a great job versus Morel. I want you to come over here on Riha season, give you Dimitri Bivol, you know? And David Benavidez say, I appreciate it. I appreciate the offer, Turkey. He said, I really do. But I made my money over here with the PBC and Al Heyman, and I'm loyal. So he say, if I do anything, it's going to be on a PVC. So then Turkey was like, oh, you punk motherfucker. Fuck you then. I don't want the Benavidez fight no more. And the reason why he don't want the Benavidez fight is because for Turkey a la shitty to have that $1 trillion that Blue Blood said, or the $7 billion that ESPN give him that Blue Blood said, he can't outbid Al Heyman. Al Heyman will make that man look stupid. He will make him look stupid. Al Heyman will outbid that motherfucker to show the world that Turkey money is funny, and he's been fake hustling, and he ain't got the rights or the property or the magnitude of financial responsibility to outbid Alfred Heyman Esquire III.
Thank you. Hey, Oxtail. Okay, so do you think that...
I don't know if that's his real name, but it sounded good.
It sounded real good. So do you think that Eddie is trying to cover up his tracks, basically? You think that Eddie is trying to backtrack?
You want me to tell you what?
Because I think he faced a lot of backlash for that.
You want me to tell you what it reminds you of?
What?
Remember, what did T.O. say about the promotion?
It sucks.
And then what he said a few minutes after that?
Thank you, Turkey.
Goddamn right. Turkey making him do all this shit.
Well, exactly, a lot of people...
Exactly, B-Dog. Exactly. And then it was funny when we had all these detractors over here, Key, when they were oh, Turkey's such a good guy. And then I dropped the articles where it shows that Turkey kidnapped teachers, kidnapped kids, held them for ransom. Turkey's a fucking terrorist, dog. And I dropped the damn links. Yes, Turkey kidnapping kids and teachers and everything. And he's in SA trafficking.
Lord, allegedly. Hey, B-Dog.
No, I dropped the article. Ain't no allegedly.
Lord, Bivol is H word. He always had a submissive punk energy to me. Lord, Oxtail.
Well, Oxtail. He can't do nothing if Eddie, his promoter, Eddie making the man do it. It's Eddie that got the damn cheek spread, and Bivol had to go with it. You know, it's like the human centipede, but you know, anally.
Okay, thank you, Upper. Well, a lot of people, including Brunch Boxing, shout out to Brunch Boxing.
No, Rick Timms, no. You're lying. You're lying, Rick Timms. Because if he said, fuck that belt, and he's sticking with the bread, then he will fight Benavidez. Because Benavidez was for $8 million. He only got $2.8 million fighting for Turkey. Benavidez is 3 times whatever Turkey's paying him. Benavidez is more than what Bivol got versus Canelo. So... it's not he wants the bread because he would have got the bread. He would have got his career high biggest payday by more than 160%. What's up, Richie L? Shout out to the beautiful Cassandra in the building. No, Rick Timms is not where he want to be. The nigga got threatened. Turkey told that nigga to get your lights cut out. Turkey told that man, you know who provided for you, so don't get your lights cut off. Motherfuckers is actually scared of that Turkey a la shitty.
Lord have mercy. Well, people are asking, including Brunch Boxing, if y'all were this concerned about the WBC, what about the IBF? Is Bivol going to face his IBF mandatory? I don't know I don't know how they're going to be moving Bivol in the future. I have no idea.
Now he fighting Beterbiev again, so remember?
Yeah, but afterwards, what about the IBF? Because the WBC cleared, he dropped the WBC, so I wonder. And, I mean, well, let
Well,
him get
Turkey
through.
already got people in the IBF that he wants them to fight anyway, so it'll be okay.
Okay. Speaking of a fight, we have it officially. The Jai Opataya fight is going to be June 8th, and Zerto is returning on June 28th. So hopefully, with that being said, we finally get Jai Opataya versus Zordo, a fight that we want. Because,
for that shit.
well, Jai Opataya said that Zordo was ducking him. Do y'all believe that?
Yes, of course. I know he is. Oscar is not about to let Zordo get his ass whooped again.
Hey, Richie. Good to see you, King.
Zordo has gotten a following. Even though Zordo has fought a lot of trash cans, Zordo, he only fought one competitive fight in his career, and that was against Dimitri Bivol, and got smoked 12 rounds to nothing. But after that, you remember Zordo was 44-0, and he was getting smoked by Bivol. But after that, his fan base is pretty big too, Keith. Like,
Yeah.
Zordo actually has a pretty big fan base to be so ass. If he fights anybody up there, Zordo better just fight Badu Jack. That's the only one he'll probably beat, Badu Jack. You might as well get that. Badu Jack has a certain name. Planet 619. Zerto ain't 175, bro. He a cruiserweight.
No, he said he's a 175 version of Munguia, basically.
He can't be because he's the 200-pound version of Munguia.
Human centipede. Hey, Rick, watch it now. Lord, leave Boo Boo alone. Y'all always gotta throw. Don't worry, he's returning. I know. The boxing world is waiting for the return of Boo Boo. I get it.
Boo Boo just retired. You didn't just see Boo Boo. He said that he retired.
He ain't retired.
2 days ago, he said he's done with boxing. He wants to go into management.
I'ma go look because I don't believe it.
Yeah, he said he's shitting on the game because they shit on him.
Whatever. I'ma go see it. Whatever.
I'm lying.
Whatever. Not. But speaking of Eddie Steele, Eddie is looking like to be teaming up with PBC for one fight, Upper. It looks like that Alberto Puello could be facing Dalton Smith. That's an interesting fight. What do y'all like? How do you like that?
What?
Alberto Puello versus Dalton Smith.
The fuck?
You don't like that fight?
Fuck no.
Dalton Smith is number one. He's number one. He's number one in the WBC. I don't know, y'all.
Oh, wow.
Y'all don't like it? Nobody likes it? Why? Haley.
Dalton Smith about to get the 17-0 knocked out his ass.
So you don't like it? So you think this is a total mismatch? Come on, all things. Come on, y'all. Y'all don't like this fight. Y'all don't like Snoop Dogg.
I mean, he been key. Do you know that? All right, let me go through Dalton Smith's resume for y'all. Okay, his first fight was against Luca, who was 5-27. His second fight was against Abar Raya, who was 6-165. The dude has 6 wins.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Did you say he got 165 losses?
And 4 draws.
What's his name? I gotta see it to believe. What's his name?
Matter of fact, I'm about to pull it up. Fuck it. It's called Ibar Rayaza. Hold on, I'll do it.
Whatever, Rick. Such a hater. Don Smith ain't near good enough to break out the Snoop Dogg soundbite. He disrespectful. Oh, come on, Planet. Look, we get these fights. He's number one. Like, come on. At least he's number one. Come on, you guys.
I'm just saying, I would have rather seen damn Puello versus El Rayo.
El Rayo was back at 135, best friend.
Okay. So he did go back down.
I would love to see Alberto Puello versus Superdell Matias.
Oh, that
now Superdell is number 7. I know Superdell is the IBF Mando, but
that would be an interesting fight right there.
Isn't that a good fight?
I didn't even know I wanted that. I
That's a
want
good
that
fight.
for real.
I want that fight. I want that fight.
That,
That's a really good
or
fight.
I would like to, but I really wanted Puello versus Andy Hirakoa. That's the one I wanted.
Mm.
I just want somebody to fight Andy Hirakoa. It's like he ain't getting no fights.
That's Gary Antoine work. Who you got with that? Gary Antoine versus Andy Hirakoa.
I think Andy Hirakoa beats everybody at 140. Can you see?
No, we can't see yet.
It ain't showing?
No, do you press share screen?
Yes, I did share screen.
There you go.
Okay. So this is we're gonna look at Dalton Smith's opponents. You got Luka Leskovich, 5-27. That's that Abar Siki.
Wow, he really lost 165 times. I'm very proud of
And
him.
fourth
I'm
loss.
very proud of him. I'm proud. I'm proud of him because you know what that means. You know how many times after the third whooping I would have been done with boxing. You understand? But he lost 165 times, Upper. That is
So
something
what's
to
that
revel at.
perseverance? What's that perseverance?
That is perseverance. That is hard work and determination personified right there.
And only
I
got
don't
6
know.
wins. Hey, I bet he had a party for them 6 wins. Each one of them wins was a party.
Yeah, they turned up for that one. Is that 13-54? Who did they
Yes.
pad his record with?
That's what I was telling you.
Who did they pad his record? He from UK, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All these people he fought from UK. And then
Yeah.
that's what I said. Like, look at this shit. Like,
Yeah. He gonna get beat. Yeah, he gonna get beat up. He gonna get beat up.
and this
Yeah.
is 2 fights ago. Zapata, he got Zapata. Then he went against Waleed or something. But he's fighting. The only person he fought that wasn't in England was Jose Zapata. And Jose Zapata, that motherfucker is damn. He's gone. J.A. Dixon, I swear I could, bro. If I lost 10 times, I'm done. Like, if I done got my ass whooped by 10 different dudes, you know, some key, I'm like, okay, maybe this is not a sport that I'm good at. You feel what I'm saying? I don't know how a motherfucker can sit there and take 165 losses and 4 draws. Like, and then if I got a woman, my woman that see me take 165 ass whoopings. Come on, man.
He was getting 2K a fight. Ooh, 2K times 165. Let me see. 165 times 2,000. 330,000. He made some money.
Yeah.
He got a nice little house in the Benz. 330,000.
Okay, well, so how much he make for his 6 wins in the 4 draws?
Maybe 4,000. I don't know, Upper.
He probably made about 400,000 in boxing. I mean, that's pretty good, you know.
That's a good outlook, Terrell. Terrell said, somebody said, no, Picasso. Picasso said he's winning at losing. That's powerful. That's powerful.
Hey, that's
you know I know how to stretch. You know, y'all know I'm the queen of knowing how to turn some stuff down.
Okay, if that was your man, what would you tell him?
It's time. Just go ahead and log out for me, babe. It's time to let it go. Time to let it go. Don't do it.
What if y'all sitting at home eating kid and he get a phone call and they say they got to fight for him? What would you tell him as his woman?
No, there's better things to do. We know I'm gonna point him right to the honey to-do list. Okay, the housework that needs to be done. You need to go punch on them damn walls that need to be fixed.
You talking about
no. Last Friday to see Freeway's 19-year-old fighter Ralik, born 2-0, 2 KOs, but after showing up for roll call, his 35-year-old Mexican foe vanished. Ooh, nasty work.
Oh wow!
You know that Freeway Rick was into boxing. Okay.
Oh, Freeway Ricky Ross, he out of prison? I didn't even know that.
Kambosos is the king of winning at losing. Absolutely.
Hey, Dodger, I would agree with you on that, but they be robbing people for Kambosos too, because Maxie Hughes, that shit still the damn. That's still one of the biggest robberies in a long time. And shout out to my guy Animalistic Savant in the cash out with the $2.50. Appreciate you, King. I appreciate that. He said just show us some support to the grind. I appreciate you, bro. And I appreciate everybody that support. I appreciate everybody that supports the grind, man. You know, without y'all, the grind don't go for me. But I picked up my other channel in the chat room. I mean, in the comments. So make sure y'all subscribe to that because I'm gonna be starting to go live on that one starting Monday. I'm gonna have to build that up because I see they got me they pinned the tail on the donkey on this one right here. They don't pin the tail on the nigga. So you know I'm gonna have to start my success rate back over with because they have something against this channel. So
I wonder why, Upper.
I do too. Shit. Your guess is as good as mine.
Uh,
Exactly. They hating on us, best friend.
Lord have mercy. Hey, Frequent. Well, speaking of hating, are some people hating on Lamont Roach? Now, Lamont Roach did an interview. He's been on his press tour, as we all know.
He better enjoy this little 15 minutes of fame, man. But like we were just talking about this yesterday while you wasn't here, best friend, of how this generation is so fucked up. Like how everything is so mediocre. Like I told the story about how my son got a football trophy this year, Key. Do you know that their team was 2-9 this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had 2 wins and 9 losses. And do you know at the end of the season, the coaches had the nerve to give my son a fucking trophy? And I had a talk with my son and he threw that trophy away. And I'm like, what the fuck did these kids do to deserve a fucking trophy, Key? They won 2 fucking games. What is trophy worthy about that?
Kids,
Huh?
Upper. They're
Huh?
kids, Upper. They're kids.
I was a kid too, and I understood shit. And I told my son, I said, do you want to be okay with just losing? Like they're making it seem like it's okay to be less than the best of yourself. And I told my son, we don't do that right there. I say, when has it ever become to be okay to be a victim? I told my son, y'all was victims all season. And they're celebrating. They was. And I said, your coaches are celebrating y'all being victims. I said, do you want to be the victor or the victim? He said, the victor. I said, do you want to be the conqueror or the conquered? He said, the conqueror. I said, they're no Alexander the Great. I said, you could be Alexander the Great. And I say, this season right here. Yeah, exactly, frequent. This season right here, I told my son, like, because my son got the big head last year. You know, they went motherfucking down 10-1 last year, and then they got their ass whooped down in Wilmington. They had the championships in Wilmington. Like my son and them, they won around here. So they had to go out to Wilmington to go against some team from Georgia. It was like the second round. Well, it was the third round because they won in Tennessee. They won in Tennessee. They had to come back to Wilmington to go against this Georgia team, and they got beat. So my son and them, you know, I told my son that they could have won that game if he would have took over. I said he relying on his goddamn teammates too much. I say if you would have took the initiative to become a game breaker, a game changer. I said some people change the game, and I said some people play the game, and some people can change the destiny of the game. And I said you have to be the type of person that changes the destiny of a team, the game, and of everything. So I put him on the sorriest team in the league this year, and he was like the only person they had on there, and he willed them to 2 wins. He willed them to 2 wins. You feel me, Keith? Like my son, one of the games he scored 4 touchdowns, an interception, and a fumble recovery. And the other one he had 3 touchdowns. Like he willed them to 2 wins, and the rest of the games they got slaughtered. But my son scored a touchdown in 8 of the 11 games. You feel me, Keith?
Mm-hmm.
8 of the 11 games. When he played against the Greyhounds, the Pack, and his former team, the Packers and the Ravens, they just got slaughtered. They had a big 0. They had a big 0 on they thing. I'm just saying. Like they're not even allowed to do bull in the ring, Keith. Like when we was younger, we used to get in the middle of the circle, and we used to get our feet chopping, and the coach tap a nigga on their helmet, and they come hit you, pop. Then you come hit them, pop, and keep pop. They said the kids can't do that. It's too dangerous now. They're not even allowed to lay on their back, and the coach blow the whistle and flip over and get up and pop. I think that's called what the hell they used to call that? It wasn't Geronimo. What the fuck was that called when you lay helmet to helmet and y'all both on y'all back? Somebody tell me the name of that. I forgot the name of it. What's it called? Eagle Superhero? It was something when we all used to Oklahomas. The Oklahomas where you got your heads against each other and then they blow the whistle, y'all gotta roll over, turn around, and boom! They don't even do that shit no more, man. Yeah, that's what I said, the Oklahomas, baby. They don't even do that no more. They don't do bull in the ring. They don't do Oklahomas. Like, they making these kids soft. I got my son doing Oklahomas with me. Me and him doing Oklahomas. Me and him motherfucking damn. I got that nigga running up them hills. I got him backpedaling up them hills. They don't even be hitting the heels, Keith. They don't even hit the heels. I got my son with 20-pound leg weights on, backpedaling and running up them hills, Keith. Yeah.
No, that's right.
Like I told him, I said, and this year he's going back to his Packers team because the coaches for the Packers was mad as shit. They was like, man, why you ain't have your son on the team? They talk about we could have went out of state again. But I said, because I had to teach my son a lesson. And they was like, well, you could have taught your son a lesson over here. And I said, I couldn't have taught my son a lesson over there because y'all are the best team in the city. Especially with my son on y'all team, y'all the best team in the city. So my son will be relying on his teammates.
Mm-hmm. Hey, ABZ. Hey, Creole. Hey, Zach.
Nah, the leg weights I got them, Dontre. They're kind of like pantyhose, but they're not pantyhose. Like it's the material is where he puts his feet in there and he pulls it up like a pair of pants. It's weighted. It's like a weighted girdle. Like, how can I explain it? Like, it's like stockings that are weighed, and it's around his waist. Like, it goes from the waist down to the ankles. Like, it's like putting on like a hazmat suit. It's something like that, but it's weighted. But each side is 20 pounds. Like, it's like one side is 20, one side 20, and the ass part is 5. So it's 45 pounds.
Dang, frequent. Do you have a headache after that? Lord.
It's like it's 45 pounds altogether, but it's like putting on a pair of it's like biker shorts, but it goes all the way down. It's like it's a weighted garment. But see, yeah, Key, like this year, my son, and like, man, Key, them white boys on my son's team was ass. Like, when my son snapped the ball, Key, 9 times out of my son was like, I'm gonna tell y'all, my son was like Barry Sanders in the Detroit Lions. Remember how Barry Sanders, as soon as he touched the ball, he was getting hit by 8-9 people, Key?
Mm-hmm.
And I used to see my son used to be so fucking frustrated, Key. I could see it on his face because he hates to fucking lose. And he was so frustrated game in and game out. Oh, he got the best too. Hey, Dondre, he got the best too. Like, my son, when we go out and practice, with the vest and the shoulder pads, my son has about 80 pounds extra on him. Like, he has about 80 extra pounds on him. And I make him run with all that shit on there. So when he takes it off, he's much more faster. Like, he's getting used to carry around that weight. In about another year, I'm going to get 20 more pounds, so he'll be walking around with 100 pounds on him. That way, I want him to be able to do everything with double his weight. I want him to be able to double his weight and still practice with it. Like, I want him to be able to go to football practice with that extra weight on him. So when it's time for game time, we take the shit off of him. His body will be a whole different ready. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, Key, like, he was so frustrated. And when I asked him, I said, you want to go back to your regular team now? And he was like, hell yeah. And I say, now what you got to do when you get there? He said, I got to take over. And I said, damn right. Do not rely on your teammates until you have. I say, you rely on your teammates when you have to, but when you ain't got nobody else to rely on yourself. I said, when the game's on the line, I want you to take over. You gotta be a playmaker.
Absolutely.
My wife, she was like, "Why you make him throw away his trophy?" I said, "Hey, the fuck you get a trophy for? Losing?"
Well, speaking of losing, a lot of people feel as though Lamont Roach is losing with this press run. They are calling him the new Berlanga 2.0.
Oh my
Because
God.
Berlanga did an interview with Cigar Talk. Shout out to Cigar Talk. And he was saying, he said that if he would have just let his hands go more, a little bit more, he would have won that fight. But he said that he was able to get into Canelo's head. Now Lamont Roach is saying about Tank that Tank doesn't really hit too hard. That he felt like he was quicker than Tank. He felt like he feel as though that he is that he pretty much dominated. He pretty much dominated. And he's wait, and then he said, "Wait, I'm not done."
I said,
Huh? Oh, okay. Then he said that in the rematch, he's gonna knock Tank out, so it's no up for debate who won that fight. How do we feel about this?
Okay, first off, Lamont Roach is a lion sack of piece of dog turd and shit. And I'm just gonna say that right now. Because first off, Tank, we showed the video in here. Tank tagged that nigga whenever he wanted to. Lamont Roach, you was nowhere near quick as Tank. Tank was like Tank speed was an S, yours was like a B. Like your shit was slow as hell. Like everything you showed was telegraphed. Like the man hit you and told you to pull your shit up. For one. And for two, you keep motherfucking damn contradicting yourself. First you say Tank wasn't going full throttle. Then you say Tank did his best. But then the other day you sat there and say, well, I know Tank gonna come out with guns blazing this time. So you admitting that, hey, Frequent, you about to get tagged like a fish and released back into the wild, buddy. Keep on.
Let him talk. Go ahead, Freak. Talk your stuff, man.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna get mad if anybody pop him. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, Keith.
Y'all leave Frequent alone.
I'm just saying that he's aggravating people, and I just don't want him to act like he didn't know where it came from. But what I'm saying is, but Lamont Roach, he's saying all this shit right there. But nigga, you got hurt 3 times in the fight, and the funny shit about it, you're not even gonna last this time. But notice how Tank ain't saying shit. He letting Lamont and all them say everything they gotta say. So when he get that ass tapped, I don't want to hear no fucking excuses, Lamont, because all you doing is making it bad on yourself. You know how motherfuckers say, don't make it hard on yourself. You know how they say that, Key?
Mm-hmm.
That nigga making it hard on himself like motherfucking Viagra. I'm telling you, best friend, like, he's going to get a fucking rude awakening, and it's going to be hard for it. Frequent. Newsflash, Key don't like you that much, nigga, to give you the big wrench.
I can't give you the big wrench anyway, and then don't say that. Frequent is the homie, but I can't give you a big wrench.
But tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. You don't like him like that.
Anyway, so speaking of don't like it like that. No, anyway, speaking of, a lot of people are upset.
He tolerates you, Frequent.
A lot of people are upset at the promotion for the Boots Ennis and Stanionis fight, Upper.
What promotion?
Yeah, exactly. So, shut up. So as you all know, Stanionis and Boots fight this weekend, and there has been a significant decline in the tickets for this fight. It is not moving, and it appears that they are kind of in trouble now. This is happening at the boardwalk.
They sold out. They didn't sell out.
No.
Oh,
no.
fraud.
There's still over 12. There's still over 1,000 tickets left.
This is a turkey card, ain't it?
I don't think so.
This is his turkey because Turkey made the fight for it. God, like how the fuck does Turkey mess up Boots versus Stanionis? Boots versus Avanesian sold out. Like, come on, man. Like, this
but a lot of people are speculating. Did Eddie Hearn? Why isn't Eddie Hearn, pulling out all the stops that he did for Boots when he first, in his first 2 fights? He had the commercial.
You
He
know
showed the
why,
bully
don't you?
culture. Like, what's going on?
He can't do nothing about it if it's under rehab season, Key. That's the problem. If it's rehab season, he can't do shit about it, best friend. So he has to go along with what Turkey's doing. And that shit crazy right there. Like, dude, like, this is a hellfire fight. You letting that shit go down the jungle. Like, dude, like, what the fuck? Like, how do you just sit there and mess shit up like this, Keith?
Yeah, that is true.
Like, that shit crazy. Like, David Avanesian is not a better opponent than Imantas Stanionis. Like, Imantas Stanionis this is a unification fight for Jerron Boots Ennis. J Bean Boxing. It is because Turkey made the fight for Boots. He's the one that went out and got Imantas Stanionis, J Bean Boxing. And if you look on the thing, it says rehab season at the bottom. It says rehab season, brother.
Well, a lot of people are speculating that is this Boots' last showcase with Eddie Hearn? Is that's why he's doing this? And if so, do Boots need to come with the mentality that he got to knock this dude out? Because what if they try to rob him?
I don't think this is Boots' last thing.
It's a 3-fight deal. His 3 fights is up. Heron,
Maximum I appreciate that.
And now Imantas Stanionis. That's 3. Hey, J Bean. Good to see you, King. Hey, Maximum Euphoria. Salute, Queen. And thank you. Yeah, I wonder.
And y'all subscribe to the channel that's pinned to the top of the chat because that's where we're gonna start going live from Monday. We're gonna start going live from that channel. It's pinned at the top of the chat.
Slippers got to put on. You know what, Boots? I mean, from Brian. My God. He gonna resign if he don't go with the PBC. I wonder, but I'm just curious as to why they have not been promoting this fight.
You're sitting there talking about Queen. Did you even click on that picture?
No, isn't that old girl?
That's Devin Haney with a wig on.
Oh. That's not Devin Haney.
Click on the picture. That's Devin Haney with a wig on.
Now, why you do that, Maximum Euphoria?
That's kind of funny.
Why would you do that?
The name is Davina Haney.
Oh my God.
I need that picture.
No, leave it. Oh, come on. Hey, Mr. Fry. Good to see you, King. Oh my God. I did not know that. I thought it was old girl from the TV show Euphoria. I didn't know.
Nah, that was old girl from the Haynites.
Y'all bogus. Hey, Cash. But anyway, so yes, hopefully the tickets move. If you guys are in the Jersey area, please go out there and buy that fight. Tickets are as low as $60-something. So go buy that fight, y'all. Like, come on. Boost might resign with Eddie because it's excellence. Oh, Lord Jesus, frequent. Well, they need to put more money into this fight because there's no reason why this should not be a sellout. They were doing good. So exactly. They need to
Keith, have you noticed that motherfuckers be doing good before they deal with Turkey? And then after they deal with Turkey, like, shit just don't be good no more. Like he ruins the value of shit. Like, it's like motherfuckers don't want to deal with him.
Absolutely.
Or is it just me that sees that?
Nah. I think we all putting two to two together with this. 2 + 2 = 4. You feel me? It was
exactly. 4. It always do. Motherfuckers start to think that 2 + 2 = 12.
Absolutely. Speaking of not adding up, Eddie Hearn backtracked again. I swear, if I was Eddie Hearn, I'd be done with y'all.
If I was Eddie Hearn, I'd just keep my fucking mouth shut. Like, that's what Eddie just needs to do. Shut up sometimes.
Well, Eddie said that, okay, with the whole fiasco with Shakur and Turkey, he was saying that Turkey Al-Sheikh couldn't give Shakur the money he promised for the Zapata fight because they will not fight in Saudi Arabia. So people are claiming that Turkey is trying to strong arm everybody to go to Saudi Arabia and to make the fight. I guess Shakur was the one. I mean, since they're going to fight in America, I'm hearing possibly a Texas fight in a 5v5 card if this fight was to come into fruition. But Turkey is not forking over the money because it's not going to be in Saudi Arabia. Now, that could mean two things. That could mean that he's really actually trying to promote the Saudi Arabia cards and get more eyes and attention on them, or he's trying to pay them in crypto. I'm sorry.
Crypto, man.
He's trying to pay them in Bitcoin. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is that wrong of Turkey, or is that just good business? Either you fight in Saudi Arabia and I pay you, or you fight in America, I'm not touching it. How do y'all feel about it?
I just feel like Turkey wants to put that fight in front of the crown prince. Like, if it's in front of the prince, price has no meaning in front of the prince. Like, it doesn't matter. It's for the prince. We spare no expense for the prince. You know what I'm saying? But Turkey, you know, they be treating these niggas like Turkey be treating these niggas like they his little pets. Like, here, hold my shitty hand. You know, you're my pet, so you must hold my shitty hand.
Does the TO card have a
I said, yeah.
location yet? Around the corner? Go ahead, Upper.
It's around the corner and through the woods. To grandma's house we go.
Yeah, we're still trying to figure. They're still figuring out the logistics. Ja. Creole. That's what I'm saying. Like, remember, didn't they say that one of the fighters was getting paid in crypto for the last crescendo, Upper?
Yeah,
They got paid
a
some.
couple of them did. A couple of them got paid in crypto, and then they said that it dropped down, so they lost the money in it because they didn't get it switched over quick enough. So they lost 10%. So imagine getting paid key, and then you didn't take it off quick enough, and you done lost 10% of your money. That would be fucked up, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would. Yes, it would. But speaking of Shakur Stevenson, Tom Brown from TGB Promotions said that Tank will, and this is for GM, because GM keep cussing me out about the about the Jake Paul fight. And I told y'all what I heard. I never heard of a Jake Paul in there. But Tom Brown said that Tank will fight Shakur at the end of the year if he wants to. So they're circling. So Tank Davis, after this Lamont Roach run it back, it looks like Tank Davis is going to be pursuing Shakur Stevenson at the end of the year. So if you're Shakur Stevenson, Upper, GM, chat,
So
do you
what
want Williams Zepeda? Do you want Williams Zepeda?
So what if Williams Zepeda beat Shakur? Like, they about to make it happen.
Then, well, you already know Williams Zepeda is still number one with Tank in the WBA.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, so what if Turkey and them make because you know this is Shakur's last fight on that deal, right? So what if Tank and them? I mean, what if Turkey go ahead and sell you down the river for that towel head comment, and you lose the Zepeda? Then don't that mean that you don't get the Tank fight no more?
Yeah, that will be, well, at least not right now. Maybe next year once Shakur running back with Zepeda for a rematch. Because I'm sure if Shakur loses to Zepeda, he's gonna want to get his get back. I think we can all agree on that.
You don't get the rematch in the first bid.
Oh well, then shoot. Then he wants to pull a Super Del Matias and work his way back up. He wants to pull a Super Del. I don't know, but my question is, if you know this now that Tank Davis is gonna run it back, I mean, at the end, he want to fight you at the end of the year, Shakur. Do you even want to be in purse bid with Zepeda?
But he has no choice because look at Jada Cerrone upset. Oh, you upset Jada Cerrone. Must be pissy mattress again. But it's funny though because if he don't have the belt, then he ain't gonna have no. He can't get out of this fight. They done forced Shakur into a corner. Like, Shakur cannot get out of this fight with Tank. Like, I mean, he cannot get out of this fight with Zepeda. They forced him into it. So if Shakur gets out of this fight, he loses his belt. Like now he doesn't have nothing. He can't. Like they've closed the gap. Oscar and them wanted Shakur's belt. Now they got it where Shakur has to fight for that motherfucking belt, Key. And there's no way he can pull out of this fight. There's no way they can pull out this fight. So what does he do?
I mean,
He can't pull out this fight. And so if he goes into the fight and he gets punished for that towel headed comment and loses, does he get the tank fight again? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, he's in between a rock and a fucking hard place, ain't he?
yes, he is. Dang, because I would prefer the tank fight over Zepeda.
But this is what I'm saying. You have to take the Zepeda fight or you lose your belt. Now, will you still be able to fight Tank without your belt? And if
I
you
think
do,
Tank should fight him just off GP.
yeah, but without his belt, that brings his value down even more.
Oh shoot. Yeah, he's gonna what if they pay Zepeda step aside money? You think Oscar will go for that?
Oscar don't want no goddamn step aside money.
Oh,
Why do you think they box Shakur? They systematically box Shakur in like this. Oscar was talking to Turkey, and then when Shakur called him a towel head, that secured Shakur's fate. He secured his own demise. When Turkey sat there and liked that comment, yep. Well, frequent belts don't matter unless you're Devin Haney and Shakur because they don't sell without it. Now, when you're Tank, belts don't matter. When you're Earl Spence, belts don't matter. But when you're people like Devin and Shakur, belts matter. You know that.
Well, Jay, I think we should care because I mean, this is putting the Tank and Shakur fight in jeopardy. If Shakur goes out and do what I think he gonna do to Zepeda, like dominates him all four corners, you know what I'm saying, of the ring, man, that Tank and Shakur fight gonna go crazy at the end of the year.
But Key, that motherfucker gonna have to he's gonna have to be able to knock the man out. He's gonna have to knock Zepeda out. Because first off, they're gonna be in a little shoebox.
You really think they're gonna manipulate the ring like they just did with the farmer fight?
They're gonna manipulate the ring like they did with Tim Zoo and Harrison. That's what they about to do, Key. Shakur is not gonna have nowhere to run. Nowhere to run to, baby. Nowhere to hide.
Well, at least we all know Tank got to get Lamont Roach get back, and Shakur got to fight William Zepeda. And then afterwards, hopefully we get Tank and Shakur at the end of the year. Shakur is not from Russia. Suleiman won't take his belt. He'll find a reason not to. Remember, Charlo will hold that trashy belt for a couple of years. Ooh. Suleiman won't take his. I was reading what DZ was saying. I think he will though. If this is the first bit, y'all gotta remember, this is their second time at this. They were supposed to been fought. They were supposed to fight last year. You understand? So I think that the pressure is on because
motherfuckers, Shakur don't hit harder than no damn Tevin Farmer on the juice. You got like Tevin Farmer.
He's not on steroids, Upper.
Well, he's not on it right now. He's the damn motherfucking He's the damn cycled off. He's done cycled all right.
My goodness.
We ain't gonna act like he didn't now. He cycled. That nigga done gained so much strength, all that shit. We not gonna act like he ain't damn,
My God, y'all being mean. Well, speaking of cycling, Bomac did a video on Instagram the other day where he had his the Kango hat on that says Snac, and he showed the supplements, all snack supplements in front of him, and was giving shout out to, you know what I'm saying, Snac. Snac is back, y'all, back in the forefront. But here's my question. What if Bud, what if, because it appeared like it was a promo thing, Upper, like a marketing for Snac, because Bomac said that Snac gets him right, him and his fighters right? So, but what if they really don't take it? What if they're
They
just
do.
with them for marketing?
No,
Like,
they
what if they
fucking
don't
take it.
take it?
They do take it, Key. How you think Bud is gaining all that motherfucking weight? He takes it.
So you think that, because I thought, I was like, maybe it's just marketing, because they have that tier. I think Benavidez was a part of that tier. I want to say Booker was
That
too.
shit too. Motherfuckers be taking that shit now.
He said, B-Dog said, I thought Bomac was trolling. Could have been trolling, but not to have all of them supplements right there in the hat. I thought that was kind of interesting. It looked like a marketing tactic for me. You know what I'm saying? They definitely on that premium snack pack. Well, Bud is already in the 160s, right, Upper? Or was it 170?
He's 188, Key.
Oh, I was off. He's 188.
About 160. That nigga's 188 fucking pounds. You talking about 160? Shit.
I thought he was that.
You wish.
I thought he was that. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But do you think with him doing that, what B-Dog said, was he trolling or was he marketing? At least he confirmed that he was on it. They own it.
They all know they own it. Shit. The motherfuckers know they own Snac, because if they try to lie and say they not on it, they gonna get caught. Yeah, they own Snac. Shit.
Well, Snac is back.
Snack tactics. We call it Snack tact. Huh?
Oh, come on, Upper.
It's Snack tactics, baby. Shit.
You guys. Well, let's see how this definitely go. Upper, did you download the picture?
Which one for your
No, the fight card. Let's get to the fight card.
It's not letting me do it. You didn't see when you try to log on StreamYard today how it said they having some kind of problem?
Oh, I really worked hard on that card.
But for your story, I guess I have to do the Twitter thing like we used to do. You remember?
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that too if you want to, though. But
I'm about to send them both to you. Because I worked really hard on that one. That one was cute. That one was super cute.
Cute shit.
I thought it was cute. You didn't like it? You liked it. You liked it. I know you did. You liked it. And I made sure, because it's being held in Jersey. And the jersey, you know what the Jersey flower is? See, I really got technical with this one. The Jersey State flower is a what is it? It's a purple something. It's called a common blue violet. So I found a picture that looks like a violet. That was cute. Hey, Kawhi. Bud gonna retire after the Canelo fight. He gained way too much weight. Bud said that he coming back down to 154 and want the belts. That's what he said. He said he gonna get undisputed 3 times. He high on his own supply. Thank you, Picasso. Thank you, guys. We couldn't get Nello with Mel Charlo, Bud our last chance snack pack. Of course you would promote that, because Devin is definitely on that snack pack. Now he ain't promoting. He's definitely not promoting. Speaking of, I have an APB alert out on Big Supreme and Queen Von. I hope they're doing okay. I haven't seen the beautiful Queen Von, and I have not seen Big Supreme. I hope they're doing okay. If y'all got eyes on them, tell them I said tell them Upper and I said what's up. Still not actually.
You should tag him in the Discord.
Okay. I know he works a lot, so I'm wondering if his work hours and everything is conflicting. But anyways, I like it. But then shout out to Tom Brown to finish up with PBC. He has confirmed that they have a show scheduled every month for the rest of the year. So I told y'all they're working on a card. We should be hearing the thing for July. I'm praying that it's the Spence card, you guys, but I have not been able to get any confirmation related to that. And then they also have the card in August, September-ish, which I was telling you guys, I heard it was the 154 battle. So be looking out for that. That one I do know they're trying to put together still. And then they have a huge September and October cards coming up. So shout out to the PBC working. We are going to be so busy, so busy. Call him. You got his. No, I don't have his number. Most of the models for supplement companies do not take the product they're promoting. They take the real deal. Ooh, interesting, Mr. Pride. Interesting. Thank you, Creole. Thank you so much. Earl
Did you
pissing
see
me off.
the Twitter yet?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Okay, let me go ahead and pull it up.
He said Earl pissing me off. Yeah, Earl. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my boy, y'all. I'm trying to figure out, man. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, speaking of why Upper is doing that, if you are in Texas, be careful. I think y'all gonna want to get condoms. I don't know. Is my boy shoot, who out in Texas? A1. It's a couple guys that's out in Texas. Phenomenal. But y'all ain't got none to worry because I think they're married anyway. But they enacted a new law a bill has passed saying that they are requiring retroactive child support from conception. So as soon as the woman says that she's pregnant, they can put you on child support. Y'all better be careful out here. Y'all better be careful out here. Do you hear me? As soon as the woman tells you that she's pregnant, you getting on child support. They can go after retroactive. So if the child is like 6 years old and you want child support, they can go back to conception on the day that she found out that she was pregnant by you.
That's bullshit because she can't go back into when they started receiving help for it. So when they try to do that so the government can get more money, but it's not true because the government, whenever the government started giving out money, that's what they can go back to. If she hasn't been receiving assistance from the government, then no.
They said that they're trying to ensure that both parents contribute to the financial responsibilities of pregnancy, including medical expenses.
And you know what law they need to pass out? They need to pass out a law where women will have to pay back the money for false for people that said that it was the father and they wasn't. They need to start making motherfuckers pay that shit back too.
Lord Upper, Lord.
You don't think so?
Yeah, that's only right. That's only fair.
That's called paternity fraud.
Yeah, well, if you're married, Marcus, y'all ain't got nothing to worry about. You know, that's why
married. That's the man. If you look at it, most of married people have kids that's not theirs. Like, I just seen a thing that was so fucking sad. This man was married to his wife for 43 years, Keith, and he found out both of his sons and his daughter wasn't his. And I felt sorry for that man. He broke down and cried because they was looking for a kidney for his brother. And then he realized that my kids are not my kids. Like, that had to be a sinking fucking feeling. You feel me?
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh. Yes, that is crazy. I'm scared of marriage. I ain't gonna lie. You won't be scared when you find the one that you're supposed to be with. J.A., log the heck out. I'm so sick of you. Gosh, you've been coming up here cutting up all day. They go to jail.
Because he took the truth.
Oh my God. That is horrible. That is horrible. Okay. Anyways, he needs to finance her midnight cravings. Thank you, Frequent. Thank you guys so much. You got those pictures ready. I'm so done.
That's right. I'm trying to get the thing to pull up. I'm
trying to get
the Twitter to pull up.
So anyway, I'm gonna keep my eye on this bill, how this is gonna put, you know what I'm saying, shape up. If you're married, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And speaking of nothing to worry about, would we want to see Bachram versus Keith Thurman? Thank you, Frequent.
I mean, I'll watch it, but that nigga gonna get fucked up.
Who, Keith Thurman or Bachram?
He's not acting crazy shit.
I mean, but Keith Thurman looked good his last fight though.
Yeah, he looked good against the bump.
Oh, come on.
Man, Keith gonna get his ass whooped.
I don't think so. I mean, so if
Okay,
he beats
yeah,
Tim
all
Zoo,
right.
if he beats Tim Zoo, what about
He's not gonna beat Tim Zoo. Shit.
oh Upper? Oh, come
I don't know
on.
what you be looking at, best friend. I do not know what the hell you be looking at.
Really?
The nigga
Really?
struggle with Mario's key.
Oh my God. Hey, Zulu. Good to see you. I'm betting on Thurman until he retires. Talk your stuff, Zulu. Shout out to Zulu. Period.
I forgot we got Zulu and Cassandra in here. No disrespect, but I'm not betting on Keith one time. Yeah, you seen that too, JTM? Yeah, like, bro, and that's not the first time. And like, they had a doctor that came out, Keith. He lost his job, but he said he just, as a Christian man, he just can't sit back and not say nothing no more, right? He said that he's done seen over 60% of the children and stuff were not the biological fathers, or like the husbands. And I was just like, man, this is a cold world we living in, boy. Cold world.
You think Earl can beat Keith Thurman right now?
Yes, the fuck I
Um,
do. Oh, right now, not without a tune-up frequent. He got to get a tune-up frequent.
oh, speaking of Upper, shout out to Andy Cruz. Eddie Hearn is positioning him to be ordered as the next IBF eliminator fight. So whoever wins between Raymond Moratala and Zaire Abduliev in a few weeks,
That's
they
bullshit.
have to face Andy Cruz. That's a good fight.
No, why he didn't do it to the WBO? That's what I'm asking. Like, why you just didn't go to the WBO route?
So is they ducking Keyshawn? They ducking Keyshawn?
I'm just saying, why didn't they do it on the WBO route? You know what I think? I think he thinks the IBF is the easiest route to the cookies. And he's trying to get a tank fight.
My God, that'd be crazy.
Those flowers right there frequent are called pansies.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No, they're not. New Jersey's state flower is called a common violet. So I tried to find a flower that matches because this is a Jersey card. You guys don't know aesthetics. Y'all don't know aesthetics. Y'all don't. Y'all really don't know aesthetics like
Frequent
that.
only talk about it because the flowers made him feel lovely.
Whatever. Leave Frequent alone. Justice for Frequent. Justice for Frequent. Y'all not gonna keep getting on Frequent, man. But speaking of, we have the main card that I've been waiting for since it was announced. We are finally here. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fights tomorrow. I will be going live in the Discord after they get over, as soon as Shakram goes on. Shakram Gayasov. So he's at the bottom. Let's start there. Shakram, aka Wonder Boy Upper. After this fight, this could be who Boots fights next. He is the eliminator. They paid him step aside money, for him and Sandy Jonas to fight. But Shakram is 16-0 with 9 KOs. He hails from Uzbekistan. He currently resides in Brooklyn. Shout out to my New Yorkers. He is 31 years old. He is facing Franco Ocampo. Remember him, Upper? 17-2. He is from Argentina. Y'all know I love the Argentina school of boxing. He is 17-2 with 8 KOs. He has not been in a ring since 2023. This is, yes, Upper.
What I was saying earlier, best friend, I don't see nobody in the division really giving Boots a hard time, honestly.
Well, Shakram, who do you have? I mean, who do you have for Shakram Gayasov with this fight?
Shakram with this.
Now, Shakram has been out the ring though, since last year in July, but the other guy's been out since 2023. I'm gonna go with Shakram on this one.
Shakram about to stop this dude. This shit ain't even competitive.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Frequent. Thank you, Desmond. Thank you, Fresh Baker. Thank you, Brian. Key with the lavender hallmark. It's not. It's supposed to represent the state flower. You guys are mean. Y'all don't know aesthetics. You guys don't know aesthetics. Obviously, clearly. Next one up is Raymond Ford. Raymond Ford is calling out everybody. He wants Sugar Nunez. He wants Oshaki Foster. He thinks that he can beat up Shushu. And tomorrow it's time for him to put up or shut up.
Just
You
like he
understand?
wants, just like he was trying to get Tank, and Tank told that nigga, "Sit your bitch ass down." He said, "I'm just trying to get a payday." Remember, he said that shit to Tank. I'm just trying to get a
Yeah.
payday.
So he is fighting Thomas Matisse, who is 22-4-1 with 17 KOs out of Ohio. What we got? He's now the Matisse guy is coming off. He got knocked out. No, he lost to Eduardo Nunez, Hernandez back in September of 2024. Where these boys been at? Why everybody got like a been out the ring for a little bit?
Whose card is this,
And if
Key?
we don't, this is Boots' card.
No, which company's card is this?
This is Matchroom.
Damn right, they haven't had the fighters.
Thank
That's
you,
why people
Upper.
been. That's why the people have been missing. But people don't want to talk about that though. They don't want to talk about Top Rank only putting on 2 fight cards this year. You feel what I'm saying? Like, but if it was PBC though, everybody be hollering, PBC going broke, all this shit right there. But we see who really going broke right now, Key.
Yes.
We see who really
Yes.
ain't putting in the fight cards. We see who making fights and who's not. Damn it!
My
But people ain't
goodness.
talking
Well,
about. But they're not trying to talk about that shit though, huh?
no. But you know what though? I think that this is actually a good fight between Raymond Ford and Thomas Matisse, but I got Raymond. The fave is Raymond. I got Raymond Ford on this one up. I think Raymond Ford finna do Matisse kind of dirty towards the middle rounds.
I just don't think Raymond Ford is that great. I give him the win, but Thomas Matisse ain't a person that's going to sit there and show me that Raymond ain't got it. You feel me?
Yeah,
He's not good enough to expose Raymond. Basically, is what I'm saying. Like Thomas
that is.
Matisse, he's kind of washed up now.
Oh,
I'm just being honest, best friend. Like he's just not in the upper echelon of boxers right now. Like he's not a dangerous opponent that a damn bring. You know, he's just not that.
that is true. We're definitely gonna see. Well, the last one, Boots Ennis versus Stanley Jonas, really good fight.
Yeah,
Boots coming from
it's good on
Chile.
paper. It's good on paper, but like I said once before, Stanionis is good, but he's basic. I said like I said before, Stanionis is a basic fighter, and I said it's nobody really at this division that can test Boots. It's nobody at 147 that's going to give Jerron Ennis a tough fight. Jerron Ennis is going to damn beat the shit out of Stanionis. Stanionis can't really move his head. He keeps his head on the line. Like that's why I say like he keeps his head on the line. He's easy to hit. He doesn't have fast feet. His feet is not fast. You feel me, best friend? His feet is not fast. Like he's one of the people that do everything basic. You feel me? Like he does everything good, but he's not great. Like he's kind of basic with it. That's why I've been telling people like he keeps his head on the line, and like he's basically a target, and you can catch him, but he's tough. One thing about it, he's tough. He'll sit there and go in there and fight it out with you. You feel what I'm saying? And, you know, so he's tough with it, but if you had to damn box it out with him, like he's easy to hit, and Boots is a power puncher, and he's fast. He's got him in speed, he got him in footwork, he's got him in power, and he got him in reach. See, Stanionis, if you go back and look at Stanionis versus Butayev, Stanionis and that man sat right there hitting each other the whole time. Can you remember they ain't do no type of damn, they just got there in the phone booth and fought it out, remember?
Mm-hmm.
And see, if he do that with Boots, it's gonna be like a Romain Villa versus Jerron Ennis type shit. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be the same shit, and he's gonna get hurt. He's gonna get hurt very bad. I'm not Stanionis, but he's tough. So he's gonna stand in there and try to weather the storm, but the fact is he's gonna be in that storm and he's about to get the waves crashed on him. I think Boots stopped him around the 9th or 10th round, maybe the 8th. Like I'm gonna have stoppage between 8th to 10th.
Well, Stanionis said he's coming to fight up, and they
Okay,
both keep away at
David
146.
Avanesian came to fight too. It don't mean if you coming to fight, like you can only do what you can do. Shit. Like some people do what they can and some people do what they want to do, best friend. I mean, it ain't his fault. He just didn't have what it take to party. I sympathize with the situation.
Well, I feel like Boots there should be a really, you know what I'm saying, a statement fight for Boots, but I need Boots to not showboat. I need you to go in there and fight Boots and put your stamp on 147 and let them know that this is your, you know what I'm saying,
You
your
know what,
division.
my friend? The
Yes.
Karen Kukadajian fight. Remember Boots versus Karen Kukadajian?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be a harder fight than this is.
I don't know, but Upper, I think Stanionis, I'm not
I
sleeping on
didn't
Stanionis.
ask you what you knew. I'm telling you.
Okay, all
I'm,
right. I
I'm
don't
not
know.
I'm not asking you what you don't know. I'm telling you that the Amanta Stanionis fight is not gonna be harder than the second Karen Kukadajian fight. I'm just being real with you.
Really? I don't know.
I feel like Karen Kukadajian can beat Amanta Stanionis. I really think that. I feel like Karen can beat Amantis. You gotta realize Karen Kukadajian wasn't no slouch. Remember, he fought his way back up to be the fucking mandatory. Remember? He fought his way back up to be the mandatory. Remember?
Yeah.
And he was stopping people. The only person he just didn't stop was Jerron Ennis because I guess Boots, was something damn a little something special. So
50-50. The second Karen fight. Stanionis there to get hit. Yeah, he is. He is. Let's see. I think this is gonna be a really good fight. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Key, best friend. This is gonna be a less Ramon Villa. Stanionis fights like Ramon Villa, Key, but he just ain't got the power Ramon Villa
got. So who do we have on this card right here? Any upsets? Anybody on the upset alert? Gayasov, Raymond Ford, or Boots Ennis? Anybody? No? Okay.
Nah, it's pretty. Eddie Hearns don't set him up all the time.
Yes. Hey, TM is going all 12. Ooh, TM don't think it's gonna be no knockout.
TM, the shit ain't going past 10 rounds, buddy. Amanta Stanionis ain't got the footwork that Karen Kukadajian got. Karen Kukadajian has footworks. Amanta Stanionis doesn't have that footwork. He likes to sit in the pocket and trade. And that's going to be his downfall, Key.
Let's
That's
see.
his downfall, sitting in that pocket trading.
What if he gonna move around? Because some people feel as though Karen in the second fight did way better. What if he gonna move around Stanionis? And pop shot. What if Stanionis moves around and pop shots? You know what I'm saying? Just
that's something that he can't do. I mean, shit. That's not something that Stanionis is good with. That's what I'm saying. Like, that is not Stanionis's, that's not his style. He's not good at that. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
So this one, you know what I'm saying? Like Stanionis is the type that comes forward and he's a fighter. That's what he does. He comes forward and fights. He's not no skill that's why I said he's a fighter. Like he doesn't know the intricacies and the nuances that comes with motherfucking damn getting it in. You feel me? Like he's a tough and solid ass motherfucking basic fighter. You feel me? He's just not doing nothing spectacular, best friend. That's what I'm trying to say. He's not doing no spectacular shit. He's just good and basic.
Okay. So, all right. So basically you're saying, and the new the unified champion, Boots Ennis. That's
By stoppage.
Mm.
I'm saying Jerron Boots Ennis by stoppage.
You know what? I wouldn't be surprised if it went the full miles.
Well, if it goes to 4 miles, then Jerron Boots Ennis doesn't deserve to be the champion we think he is.
Oh, Upper, come on. Come on, now.
I'm dead fucking ass. Like, Jerron Boots Ennis, if he can't get rid of that Stanionis guy, then he doesn't need the fanfare. Monte Stanionis sits right there. He's not hard to find. If you got the power that you say,
I just need 2 seconds. Go ahead.
Okay, if you got the power that you say, and you got the skills that you say, this man is gonna sit right there in front of you. If you can't get rid of that man right there, then you need to stay at 147, and you don't need to pursue 154. Because you go up there to 154, they're gonna hurt your ass. All I'm just saying is, Monte Stanionis is nobody at 147 that should be able to give Boots. Boots should be able to stop everybody at 147. It's no threat to his legacy. I don't even feel like it's no super fight for him down there. Like, for me, I feel like Jerron Boots Ennis cleaning out 147 is like an afterthought. Mario Barrios is no threat to Boots. Brian Norman, well, Monte Stanionis, no threat. Barrios, no threat. And Brian Norman Jr., if he fights Boots like he fought Quentin Randall, no threat. Boots should be able to stop all three of the motherfuckers and move on up and get to the real action. Boots ain't gonna find no competition he's not gonna get his big fights until he get to 154. Like him versus Virgil, or him versus Sergey Bobachuk, him versus Charlo. Then we gonna see Boots against a motherfucker that's his size. See Boots against a motherfucker like him and Charlo are both 5'10", 5'11". So I would love to see him versus Charlo. That right there would show me who the fuck Boots is. Not beating these motherfuckers at 147. These motherfuckers at 147.
Not even Brian Norman Jr.?
No. Go back and watch Brian Norman versus Quentin Randall. Hell no. Brian Norman, I told you he's not that skilled. He's still young. He's not there yet. And his dad is overinflating him. Like Brian Norman Jr. is not there yet, Keith. He's not. I'm sorry to say it, he's just not there. And so Brian Norman Jr., he gets stopped. That's why I said if Boots do what he's supposed to do, Keith, it's nobody up here at 147 that should test him. It shouldn't be motherfucking Mario Barrio shouldn't be no problem. He's about to stop Stanionis, and he should stop Brian Norman Jr. Like, all this shit should be motherfucking child's play for Boots. And I'm just looking at it as the matchups and as a fighter. Like, these motherfuckers do not have the skill sets to fuck with Jerron Ennis. And his size. And the fact that he rehydrates so big. And what's going to make it even more dangerous, Key, he doesn't have to be rehydrated no more after this fight. After this fight, is no more 10-pound rehydration. Because he's going to be unified champion, so he doesn't have to follow the IBF rules no more. You do know that, right?
Yes.
That's what Earl did. Earl went after the WBC second. You know, so he went after the belts. He hurried up and got unified, and that's when he started coming in overweight. Because Earl didn't have to worry about that weight no more. And see, Jerron Ennis without the damn rehydration clause, Key, that's going to be problems. See, Brian Norman's best bet, Key, was to fight Boots first. Because Boots still had to damn adhere to the damn 10-pound rehydration. You feel me? But now Boots is about to come in as a unified champion. If they ever fight now, Boots is gonna be unified, Key. So then guess what? That means Boots doesn't have to make the weight clause. You feel me?
I mean, I do, but that's why I feel like Boots. This will have to be a put up or shut up fight for him tomorrow, Saturday. Tomorrow.
This shit ain't even gonna be tough. Like I said, the Romain Vila fight and the Karen Kukadajian fight is tougher than the Stanionis. Stanionis is a good basic fighter. Like, go back, you can see the fights. Thomas Delorme, Stanionis couldn't get Delorme out the way. We see what Boots did to Delorme. Like that Raja Butayev, him and Stanionis stood right there in the pocket the whole fucking time, just throwing power punches, Ski, the whole time. You don't remember that shit?
Mm-hmm.
He didn't try to do no skills. Like that shit right there is not gonna be no problem. He's gonna be right there for Boots to hit. And Boots is gonna tag that nigga. Tag him over and over.
Ah, man. Boots got a belt. Norman got a belt. Ain't no more talking. Just make it happen. Well, Norman is going after what's dude's name? Mario Barrios.
He not gonna get it.
Why not?
Who is Brian Norman signed with?
Who is he signed with? That's a good question.
He not signed with the PBC.
Oh yeah, but they could still make it though. PBC
PBC has plans for Mario Barrios.
Well, then hopefully after this fight they could fight. I want to see Brian Norman Jr. versus Boots so bad.
Boots will get the Mario Barrios fight before Brian Norman. Al Heyman would give Boots the Mario Barrios fight before he would Brian Norman, Key. You know that?
Yeah. Hey, Marshawn. Salute to the beautiful queen. Hey, WCS. Top Rank. Okay, he signed with Top Rank.
I know exactly who he signed with.
Oh, but Top Rank and PBC going together. So, we could possibly get that fight. A threat-free, that same fight usually struggles against a supposedly weaker opponent. That's why fighters got to prove it in the ring. I understand that too. I think that this is a really good fight and a really good test for Boots. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Like I said, Boots done had tougher fights. Karen Kukadajian and Ramon Vila. Like, I'm trying to tell y'all, this shit's gonna be a lot easier than people think it is, and it's gonna be crazy.
But he gotta listen to Bozy. He gotta listen to Bozy.
Shout out to the beautiful Miss Marshawn West. How you doing, Queen? I'm just saying, this shit's not about to be hard at all. Like, Boots be making his own fights too hard. Like, for real. Like, that shit be easy as hell.
I think Fulton is about to fight Oshaki Foster at 130.
Shout out to the beautiful Miss Latasha Murphy in the Cash App with the $12 holler. Thank you, Queen. Thank you so much, Queen. In the Cash App. You say what?
I think that Stephen Fulton Cool Boy is gonna fight Oshaki Foster. I think he's gonna move up the fight.
Why would he do that?
Maybe he just want competition.
What, he moving up?
Yeah.
Okay, Cool Boy. I was wondering because Cool Boy, I remember I told you, I said he too big to be down there because you remember that time he was sparring with Boots? They was damn near the same size just about. Like, size-wise, not height though, but that shows you how motherfuckers be sitting there in them lower weight classes just bullshitting.
Absolutely. One thing about it, we're gonna see tomorrow, Boots ain't invincible, and sometimes the simple things can be the downfall of a great fighter. Ooh.
J.A. Dixon, I understand that, bro, but what I'm saying is that if Boots go out there and he listens to his dad, he stops this man. Like I said, in Monte Stanionis, he does shit good, but he doesn't do nothing great. Like, the man is basic, dog. He's a basic fucking fighter. Like, it's a basic. He's like a Devin fucking Haney. And you see what happened when Devin went against Ryan Garcia, a basic fighter against a dynamic fighter. You see what happens. The dynamic fighter, he steps up and he steps on him. And Boots, he's faster, stronger, hits harder, he got the reach. He got better footwork. Monte Stanionis is like, he's a measuring stick. If anything, I would say he's a great. Monte Stanionis is like a Sean Porter, bro. That's exactly who he is, Key. He's a fucking Sean Porter. Like, Sean Porter wasn't a bad fighter, you feel me, Key? Like, Sean Porter could beat people, but you wouldn't say Sean Porter is an all-time great. You feel what I'm saying, Key? Like, Sean Porter, he was good, but he wasn't great. You feel what I'm saying, best friend?
Yeah.
Like, you could tell the difference in levels between a Sean Porter to Keith Thurman or a Sean Porter to Kell Brook. Like, he's Sean Porter. He's good. He's a champion. He's just not champion. But I feel like all three of the champions at 147, like, I don't think none of them really stand out. Like, Brian Norman, Mario Barrios, Monte Stanionis, like, to be honest, those three are the weakest champions in all of boxing. Like, attribute-wise. Like, the 147 is basically the weakest division I'm looking at. Like, it's no real, like, threats at 147. Like, if Earl was at 147 right now, like, he would clean this whole division up and be gone. Hell, Floyd could probably come back and clean this division. And I'm going to tell you like this. If Jerron Boots Ennis goes to 154, Ryan Garcia is going to rule that 147 division, Key. I don't see nobody at 147 that can beat Ryan Garcia besides Jerron Ennis.
Ooh.
I'm being dead ass. Like, I want to see what. But see, that's the thing that gets me, Key, because I want to see Andy Hirakoa. World Combat Sport, you said upper echelon, Earl might get stopped. Now he probably would. But I'm saying if this was when Earl was in his prime, he would wipe through that division. World Combat Sports. I've seen Brian Norman versus a slick black fighter. Quentin Randall, my nigga Rick Tim's homeboy. Quentin Randall could have won that fight. It could have went either way. Quentin Randall gave Brian Norman everything he could handle. Brian Norman's not that good. When he fights against black fighters, he smothers his shots. He smothers his offense. Well, Terrell W., yes, he made the Sean Porter fight hard because he wanted to fight Sean Porter in the way that Sean Porter wanted to fight. Like, he fought Kell Brook style. He fought Mikey Garcia style. They said that he couldn't outbox Mikey Garcia. So he outboxed Mikey Garcia instead of bulldozing Mikey Garcia. They said he can't fight on the inside with Sean Porter. So he stayed in that phone booth with Sean Porter. Earl had that pride, and he wanted to do what people said he couldn't do. They said he couldn't jab with Kell Brook. He jabbed Kell Brook's eye socket out. You feel me? But all I'm saying is Boots is almost too big for the 147 division. Am I right, Key? The big boy.
Yeah.
And when Boots leaves the 147 division, it's going to be wide open. And when that division is wide open, like I said, they're going to bring Ryan Garcia and them up there. And like I said, and that's the only thing I want to see. I want to see what the fuck Andy Hirakoa, like, Key, I've seen Andy Hirakoa against some great fighters, right? Against Jin Sasaki. Was it Jin that he beat? When that Jin Sasaki that Andy Hirakoa gave him his first loss?
Yes.
Yeah, he beat Jin Sasaki. He beat the old man Ishmael Barroso. Beat the shit out of him. Like, I want to see him, get more fights. Like, motherfuckers is not fighting him. And Andy Hirakoa, I would like to see him go to 147 as well. And World Comeback Sports, you absolutely motherfucking right, my nigga. Exactly. God damn it. World Combat Sports is saying everything that I've been saying. Boots is 5'11". Like, he has to make the weight. He doesn't have to worry about it after this fight. Send me World in the building. See, after this fight, he ain't gonna have that next day rehydration. But one thing about it, and two things for certain, Boots gets about 170 in that ring. Boots is a big motherfucker.
Hey, Semi, good to see you, King. Lord Jesus. Well, Upper, are you still going?
I was letting you go.
No, I just, you know what? We are less than 24 hours away to see what Boots is going to bring to the ring. I'm going to be live on Discord tomorrow, showing the fight because I got to see it. We finna turn up. You understand? So he shouldn't have to worry. Yeah. He said after this, he's chasing Undisputed. He's coming for the other two titles. So Barrios and Brian Norman Jr., it's time to get ready. But I
Brian
am
Norman
concerned
Jr.
about
get the
the
same price that he got before. You know what, Key? Brian Norman ain't gonna get the same amount that he was getting before.
Well, if he beats
And see,
Barrios and takes his belt, he will be able to.
Brian Norman is not gonna get that Barrios fight, Key. And Barrios said he wants to fight Boots.
Okay. Well, let's
You
get
remember
it.
Barrios said he wanted to fight Boots? Key, you remember Barrios said he wanted to fight Boots?
Yeah, of course.
And guess what? He gets to fight Boots. And guess what happens? He gets to go for more than he gets to go for 3 fucking belts. You don't think he about to do that?
I will hope he does.
If Jerron Boots Ennis fights Barrios, right? Then that means after he fights Stanionis, that'll be for 3 belts. And then even if he goes and fights, and if he tries to fight Brian Norman Jr., right? Then Brian Norman's gonna have to take whatever they give him. World Cutback Sports. And see, that's the fight that Brian Norman can win. I got Brian Norman beating Mario Barrios. One thing about Brian Norman, he's good against front foot dominant Mexicans, Key. You know how some people got a style that they good against?
Mm-hmm.
You can't be no come forward Mexican fighting Brian Norman Jr. Like, that's what he's good at. He's good at fighting those. Like, that's his specialty. You feel me? But
Yeah.
Barrios is not going to fight Brian Norman instead of Boots. Boots is a different type of payday than Brian Norman Jr. You feel me, Key? If Barrios is about to lose, he is not about to lose to no fucking Brian Norman Jr. where he can get a couple mil for Jerron Ennis. They'll give Barrios at least $2.5 million to fight Boots Ennis. He's not even going to make $1 million to fight Brian Norman Jr. So Brian Norman Jr., I'm sorry to say, he's not going to get that Barrios fight. It's not worth it. Mario Barrios is not going to fight that dude. It sounds good. They can shoot, shove, and jock, but remember, it's the business of boxing. Barrios already said he wants to fight Boots if he fights anybody. He's not going to fight Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Jr. is not even going to give him $500,000 to fight. You feel me? Like, and Brian Norman Jr. is not even the A side versus Mario Barrios. Key, do you know that Mario Barrios is actually the A side versus Brian Norman Jr.?
Yeah, I can see that.
Mario Barrios that got beat by Tank, got beat by Keith Thurman, but he beat Yordenis Ugas. He's the A side. Barrios has been on pay-per-view twice. He's been on pay-per-view twice, Keith. He was on pay-per-view versus Keith Thurman, and he was on pay-per-view versus Tank. Brian Norman is the B side. No pay-per-views.
Well, let's see. I'm excited. I love how it's heating up.
I just looked up some best friend. Mario Barrios versus Boots for 3 belts. That's a big fucking fight in Texas. Mario Barrios versus Jerome Boots Ennis. You might could put that in Vegas because it's for 3 belts. And Mario Barrios has a pretty big following. I just looked at his last 2 fights. Mario Barrios has a pretty nice following. He got a pit bull like following. I didn't even notice that. Salute, Sonny.
Yeah, they love Mario Barrios. If PBC ain't letting belt go versus Boots is staying in house. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be a really big fight. I'm praying that we do get to see all of those fights. But Boots gotta handle business tomorrow. I have faith in Boots.
Oh, go ahead, Key.
I was just saying I have faith in Boots. I really do, but I just don't want no showboating. Go out there and make a statement fight. That's all I got with that one. Go ahead, up.
Well, Sonny, Boots might sign back with the PBC. I mean, Al Heyman still advises Jerron Ennis. Jerron Ennis has Al Heyman as his financial advisor. So it ain't like he can't go back to Al. And I think he signed a 3-fight deal with Eddie, didn't he, Key?
Yes, if I'm not mistaken.
This is the 3rd fight, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd fight. So he can get this belt and go back to PBC. All I know is the PBC is not going to give it to Brian Norman. Exactly. They're not going to give that fight to Brian Norman. Because first off, Mario Barrios is the A side. Brian Norman fighting him, he's not going to gain no money fighting Brian Norman Jr. But Boots beats Stanionis. Stanionis is with the PBC anyway, Key. So, he can fight Stanionis, get the belt, come on back to the PBC, fight Barrios. And then they're going to offer Brian Norman $1 million because he's not going to get. Listen to what I'm telling y'all. Brian Norman fucked up. That $1.8 million that they offered him the first time, he's not going to get that shit no more, Key. You hear me, best friend? Like, he fucked up.
Let's see.
Huh?
Let's see. I said, let's see, maybe. Because by that time, it'll be a big enough fight.
But this is what I'm saying. His stock is not going nowhere. Like, he's been on the undercard of Michaela Baylor. Like, Brad Norman is not increasing his stock.
Let's see how it works out. Boots might move and fight against Ortiz. Not next. After he's chasing Undisputed.
But he said he won't Undisputed, bro. A person to tell y'all what they want, and people keep trying to put their own opinions on the shit. The man told you what he wants. And he's still in his 20s, so he can still make weight down there. And after this fight right here, he doesn't have to worry about the rehydration clause no more. Because he's gonna be a unified champion. I don't like when people try to put their own opinions on boxers when a boxer already told you what they wanted. You ready for me to put the other thing on, Key?
Yes.
All right. I appreciate everybody coming out today. Salute to everybody that donated, support the grind. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. But y'all know what the day is. Y'all know what time it is. It's motherfucking Shabbat. It's Friday. It's time for the. Oh my God. Wait, hold up. Something ain't right. But here we go. Let's get it. I'm gonna get back in the background and listen to you, best friend. Do your thug this.
Okay. Boxing talk is over. So as you guys know, every Friday I try to bring y'all a true crime story that some of y'all have never heard about. And if you are in North Carolina, I hope y'all heard about this man right here. Now, South Carolina. I hope you guys heard about this man, but probably not. Now see,
yes,
what's up?
I have, Key. That's why I said, oh my God, I know this motherfucker. I was locked up with that man.
Oh, well, yeah. So, this man right here, You would have never thought by looking at him. See, this is what happens when everybody knows everybody, and because you know of people, you may feel a certain comfort around them, but you have no idea of what they are actually plotting when they see you. Hey, Brock. When they look at you or anything. And this man had very sinister thoughts about these type of women. Okay. And honestly, guess what they all had in common? Taco Bell, which is why he is coined as the Taco Bell killer. Okay, first ever. All right, he preyed on these women in or around Taco Bell, and all of them knew somebody that knew him. And so he was able to maneuver his way through. So y'all already know, if you gonna roll up, okay, sit back, pour you up something, make you something to eat, and sit back and allow me to paint this story with words. Now, this man right here is named Henry Wallace, or AKA Bad Henry. Now, Henry, like some of our other serial unalivers that we've talked about in the past, had a very colorful upbringing. Now, Henry was born November 4th, 1965. He was born to a woman by the name of Lottie Mae. Now, Lottie Mae and the child's father were in a relationship. It's rumored that the man was in another relationship or married. And when he found out that Lottie was pregnant, he ends up leaving her, right? He ended up leaving her. So she ended up having Henry, Bad Henry, and they said that she was upset. It was like a bitter moment with her, because every time she looked at Henry, she would see the man that left her, the child's father. And unfortunately, and we've heard these stories before, he would take out his anger and frustration out. She would on Henry. So she would not show him any love and affection. She worked full time as a textile worker in a factory, and she would be gone for hours, leaving Henry to care for his younger sister. And she was very strict. And if Henry did not have the house clean, if, things wasn't put away or there was no food made, she would beat him. And it is reported that she would like really, really beat him and become very abusive towards him. And if she was tired when she came home, Henry stated that the mother would actually give Henry or the sister the belt where they would whoop each other. That's a first. I didn't know that. I was like, dang. Dang, okay. So they would whoop each other, okay? Because she was too tired to whoop them. Well, this continued on for many, many years until he started attending Barnwell High School. Now, it is not known where his fetish came for with women, but what we do know is that it was reported a gang initiation involving the R word with a group of men and a girl. And I guess when he saw that, it like raised or increased his fascination with domination over women. Okay. But we really don't see too much of that, because unlike other serial unalivers, he excelled in school. He was elected to student council, but his mother did not allow him to play football. And so Henry had to be on the cheerleading team. And so some people report that that's where the humiliation tactic, or self-inflicting came in at, because here he was a bigger guy, tall, and he's on the cheerleading squad for the football team. And really what he wanted to do was play football, but his mother said no. She didn't want him playing football at all. So after he graduated in 1983, Henry became a disc jockey for a radio station. And Henry, by him having at 18 years old, one thing about him, he had a very a slick voice. I don't know if y'all ever listened to WGCI in Chicago or V103, but we have people on there, or like Keith Sweat. If you have ever listened to the Keith Sweat channel, radio channel, you hear Keith Sweat, that deep raspy voice, You know what I'm saying? That just woo you, like a Barry White type of voice. That was Henry's voice. Henry had like this voice that attracted so many viewers, and he had a lot of female followers. Okay, and he was also a really good disc jockey. But afterwards, Henry would become he would develop sticky fingers. See, this is when we start to hear about Henry stealing, right? Now, Henry, for some odd reason, he was like a petty thief. And one day he had broke into the radio station and ended up selling the equipment. I mean, stealing the equipment. Okay. He was fined. It was a misdemeanor charge. Nothing happened. But now we begin to see his criminality start to develop. And then 2 years later, after he got into trouble with stealing, he ends up going to the U.S. Navy. Now, as y'all know, I always tell y'all, when it comes to serial unalivers, there are so many stories I can do of people that are involved in one of three occupations: the military being one and truck driving being the other. I'm not saying anybody that work in those two fields, that's what they automatically are. I am saying, though, it's mighty interesting. So he's one of those individuals. He actually did well in the Navy, okay? And as y'all know, the Navy is way different from the Army. And I'm not doing a biased comparison. Shout out to all our military folks out there. But it was more rigorous training, testing, and everything else. And Henry excelled in it. But get this though. Henry would begin to get in trouble at the base or outside of the base with stealing and everything. He's taking up that old behavior that he had 2 years ago and bringing it into the military. And they would continue to give him a slap on the hand, because it wasn't really that much big of a deal, I guess, to them. Well, while he was in the military, he would link up with his high school sweetheart, whose name was Meretta. Meretta. And in 1987, they would get married. And then a year later, he would become honorably discharged from the military. So he only did a short stint there. But it's reported / rumored that one of the reasons why he was discharged is because he kept getting into trouble. And they were like, look, we tired of dealing with it. You know what I'm saying? Exactly, Mike. We tired of dealing with it, so he was let go. Well, now he has to go back home. He is officially the stepdad to Marietta's daughter that she had in a previous relationship. Well, things became tumultuous between those two. Meretta was she was frustrated because he would stay out late at night, be gone, and she didn't know what he was doing. Well, one thing she did not realize was that Henry picked up a habit. Now, remember, people, we're talking about the 80s, and South Carolina is on the East Coast, all right? So y'all already know where I'm getting at. We are in the crack epidemic, all right? It is flooding the streets. It hits South Carolina like a freaking ton of bricks. Now, in this area that they lived in Barnwell, South Carolina, it was not known to have as much crime. You know what I'm saying? It was pretty much a low-key area. But when crack hit all of South Carolina, that went out the door. The police went from having a couple of homicides here and there, or, small petty crimes here and there, to now everything is skyrocketing. And during that time, Henry was out there experimenting, and he became hooked on crack cocaine while he was married to Meretta. And so he would go out on drug binges. Okay. He would go out on drug binges and just leave Meretta and their daughter at home. Well, one day in January of 1988, after he was discharged, he was arrested for breaking into a hardware store. Okay, so now we're seeing that now he is actively robbing stores to sell at pawn shops and get money for drugs. So he did end up pleading guilty to second-degree burglary, and he was sentenced to supervision, probation. But get this, y'all. Even though he was sentenced to probation, his parole officer would go on to say, yo, he's not making these appointments. So technically, Henry should have been locked back up. But because, remember, this is the 80s going into the 90s, crackers running wild, they got their hands full. So he was not turned back in. He was just free to miss the meetings, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And then, so Moretta, she had the wife, she had enough. So she ends up leaving. Okay, she ends up leaving Henry. She couldn't take it anymore. The back-to-back arrests, him getting into trouble, him smoking, doing drugs all the time. She didn't want that around her and her child. So she leaves and kicks him out. So now he has to go back home to his mother house, Miss Lottie Mae, who was staying in Charlotte, North Carolina. So now we're going to North Carolina. And Lottie Mae was staying there with her daughter, Henry's sister. Well, Henry ends up finding a job. And he was working at a few jobs. One of them was Bojangles, pretty much like fast food restaurants, until he was able to settle in at Taco Bell, where he quickly rose to becoming a manager. And it was at the Eastland Mall. I guess it's no longer there. But I guess outside of this mall, there was a Taco Bell, and that's where he ran. Now, he was described as a really good boss. Nobody knew that he was a functioning addict. Nobody knew that that Henry was on drugs, okay? He was handling his stuff, basically, all right? Doing the dang on thing, you know what I'm saying? Checking in with his staff, making sure that the restaurant is ran very, very well. The restaurant was clean. Nobody suspected anything. And when this was done, he would go out in the back or leave to go home and smoke his drugs, right? He would smoke crack, okay? He was highly addicted to it. Well, one thing that Henry would go on to report once he was caught was that he was smoking very heavy. And it wasn't just crack. He started getting involved in coke, marijuana, and the rest of those other type of drugs. And he said it was a way to numb his pain because of his wife leaving him, right? But as the drugs began to take over, and those thoughts about women and dominating, and then not to mention the money that he was making as a general manager, because remember, it's the 80s, 90s. They wasn't making what we were making. You can go into McDonald's right now and start making $15 an hour. Back then, it was like, like $3 or so. He didn't have enough money, basically. So he's like, I got to get this money. And everybody that's around him, the majority of his staff are what? Women. Okay? All women. So one night on May of 1992, Henry devises this plan. He sees a beautiful young woman by the name of Sharon Nance. Now, Sharon Nance was a sex worker. She is the first woman at the top holding the phone to the left-hand side. Now, Sharon Nance, she was also a drug dealer, and she was doing drugs. And so he ended up picking Sharon Nance up as she was outside walking. And they, he propositioned her for sex work and for drugs. Okay. She was, widely known, community known to be doing that type, selling drugs and everything. So Henry and her, they did the do. And when Sharon asked him for the money, he looked at her like, what money? And so he began to beat her, like beat the brakes off of her, y'all. Okay. And then when she was unconscious, he strangled her and then dumped her body on the side of a railroad track. Unfortunately, she wouldn't be found for a few days later. Now, so when police got there, they speculated that this was a sex act or a drug act gone wrong. All right. Now, I don't have to mention to y'all, this is the South. North Carolina is the Bible Belt. And it's, at this time, it was definitely predominantly racist. All right. So when they see that Sharon Nance, they run her background, they see that she's a drug dealer and a sex worker. Unfortunately, her case ends up going cold. They did not investigate her case like they were supposed to. All right. But it was ruled as an homicide. All right. So then that was in May. So now he's feeling better. He got to, keep the money that he was going to pay her. He got her drugs. But, as when the high and everything come down, you're looking for your next, hey, Fareed, you're looking for your next hit. You need to get your next hit, right? So a month later, or excuse me, a few weeks later, he saw a woman by the name of Carolyn Love, featured right next to Sharon Nance at the top. Okay. Now, Carolyn Love, as you can see, first of all these queens are beautiful, but she was only 20 years old. All right. Now, Carolyn knew Henry, because guess why? Henry was dating a young woman. All right. Henry was dating a young woman, and her and Carolyn, the girlfriend that Henry was with, her and Carolyn were friends and they roomed together. Okay. So he knew about Carolyn, and unbeknownst to the girlfriend, he liked Carolyn. Like that was an itch that he had to scratch. Right. So one day he comes over to their house. Carolyn is there, which he knew she was, and he knew that the girlfriend was not. Okay. So he comes over there. She's not thinking anything. She like, hey, Henry, come on in. They talking and everything else. Well, while she turns her back, he ends up walking up behind her and strangling her. Okay. He then beats on her, as y'all, you know what I'm saying, does what he does. And once he was done with her, he packed up her body and dumped it in a wooded area. Okay. So after this was done, after a couple days, the girlfriend, remember, because she stayed with Henry's girlfriend at the time, they were roommates. She's wondering, like, dang, where my girl Carolyn at? You feel me? Like, where the heck did she go? She ain't been there in a couple days. So they end up looking for her. And yes, Henry helped her. The girlfriend end up filing a missing person on her and everything, okay? But they could not find her body. In fact, it would be 2 years later until they were able to locate Miss Carolyn Love's body. So she went missing. So her case ended up being a cold case for the time being. And the detectives are not putting two and two together. Remember, with Sharon, the first victim, he beat her. With Carolyn, we see the choking and beating. So they're not putting it together like these two are connected. And Carolyn was working at Bojangles, okay, the restaurant, one of my favorite chicken spots, low key. Okay, so she was working there. All right. So it would be several months later until Henry would strike again. Now, this time he would strike closer to home. All right. And that is when he would work with a woman by the name of Shauna Hawk. That's the third one at the top. Now, Shauna, as you can see, very beautiful. She was known as like the life of the party. But one thing about Shauna, her and her mother had like a A1 close relationship. All right. So Shauna, she was newly living on her own. You know what I'm saying? She was only, if I'm not mistaken, Shauna was 20 years old. She was a college student. And one thing that she was doing, to supplement being a college student, she needed to find a job. So she ended up applying to Taco Bell, where Henry worked. And he saw her and was like, damn, okay, all right, you feel me? He the manager. He knows how much she's getting paid. Now, Shauna was not involved in sex work. She didn't do drugs. She didn't do anything, all right, which kind of separates her from the first victim. But he liked her. Shauna would have conversations with Henry. They would be seen laughing and joking together because remember, he's a smooth talker. He was really easy to approach. He was one of those cool managers, and he was the general manager, for Christ's sake. So he kept dibs on Shauna. He would notice when she would leave, he would follow her, unbeknownst to her, of where she stayed. and everything else, until one day on February 19th, 1993, he went to her home. All right. So she's not thinking of anything, just like the previous victim, Carolyn. She like, oh, what's good, Henry? Come on in. You hungry? You know what I'm saying? They sitting around kicking the bobos. You know what I'm saying? Just talking, kicking it. You feel me? Until what she do? He asks her for something to drink. She gets up and goes to the kitchen, and he follows behind her and then turns around and begins to strangle her. Now, Shauna puts up a fight. Okay, puts up a fight. All right, but it was too much because this is a big dude. After she is unconscious, he took his time with Shauna. Unfortunately, he did how do I say this? R-word her, and then he took a t-shirt and strangled her to death. Okay, strangled her to death. He then proceeded to rob her, taking her cash and her valuable items, including her earrings and her necklace. Keep this in mind, all right? And left her body, so right there. Now remember, the other two, he disposed of the bodies. Now with this one, with Shauna, he would leave her body in the tub for her family to come in and see her. So after a couple days, when her mother couldn't get a hold of her, she called Taco Bell. Henry answers the phone and lets the mother know, no, we ain't seen Shauna. She called in. We hope that she's okay. So the mother goes home and finds her daughter, and that was her only child, you guys, unalived. Okay. She calls the police. It's ruled a homicide. And unfortunately, the police they pretty much, is reported, it's rumored that they pretty much ruined the investigation, the integrity of the evidence. Things weren't collected properly. And it's so much so that the mother had to come out and do an interview, which is up to this day, and was expressing how frustrated she was at the fact that that the police was not treating this as a high priority. So now we have 3 young Black women from the ages of 20 to 33 years old, different various backgrounds, unalived, and they're all, their body, the cases are just sitting. Okay. But Henry would not be done. All right. Because you got to understand, he liked Shauna, he liked Carolyn, and he liked Sharon. He's getting away scot-free. The police are not putting together any of this information. So now we see Henry feeling invincible, and he's able to take the money that he's robbing from these victims, and he's able to get high and trick off when he needs to. And what was so crazy was that at her funeral, at Shauna Hawk's funeral, guess who showed up? Henry, Bad Henry. He showed up to the funeral and paid his respects to her mother. All right. So now we see with Carolyn, he helped his girlfriend try to find Carolyn's body. And with Shauna, he shows up to her funeral, paying his respects, even though he was responsible for both of their deaths. Cold-blooded dude, man. So a few months later, about 4 months later, he was working with another woman at Taco Bell named Audrey, seen at the top. Audrey was known as a very responsible woman. All right. Audrey, I think she had a child, if I'm not mistaken. And she was just known, like, everybody could count on Audrey, right? And she's another one that always checked in with her family. They said if you went 2 days without talking to her, something was wrong. She always checked in with her sisters and everybody, okay? And one thing, just like he did with Shauna, him and Audrey would have conversations. They would laugh and joke and kid and everything else, right? Well, Audrey did not know that Henry took a liking to her. He also liked her, and she was right up his age group, 24 years old. And so he did the same thing. He goes over to Audrey's house. And I want to say, with these 4 victims, where all of their bodies were found, whether they were outside or in the home, they were all in the same radius for each other. So how the police was not connecting this, I will never know. But Audrey welcomed Henry into her home. Again, remember, she knew Henry. That's her supervisor. That's her manager. So she welcomed Henry into her home, And of course, Henry like, can you go and get me something to drink? You know what I'm saying? Some water. Audrey like, okay, cool, I got you. And as soon as she turned around, that's when Henry took his time, took the time to pounce on her. And unfortunately, he would do the same thing that he did to Shauna and the previous victim, striking her from behind, strangling her, and leaving her body in the bedroom, okay, underneath a sheet. So now we see that this one, he preserved her body, right? He didn't want it out in the open with Shauna, how he did the other previous victims. This time he, hid her a little bit. Knowing that expresses to psychologists, forensic psychologists, that maybe he didn't want to unalive this one, or that he really felt something towards this victim, because the way that her body was stationed, it was different than the other three. And of course, after she was unalived, he went on ahead, stole her jewelry, her wallet, and any type of valuables, right, that she had in the house. He also took certain electronics, like the VCR. Remember, this is the time of the VCR and everything, and would go to the pawn shop and sell those items. All right. But it did not stop there, because again, he's on a high. Police would come and investigate. They really wouldn't do too much. Her case went cold. Now, this is the second victim from Taco Bell. The second one. And the Bojangles from Carolyn, she was up the street. And the police still wasn't putting this together. All right. Nothing was being put together. And so Henry is feeling even more invincible. He's getting high all out of his mind. Okay. But he's feeling like he got it down pat, because the police aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing and investigating these crimes. So only a couple months later, now he's escalating. So from June to August, y'all, only 2 months, he does another one. Now, this time, this woman, she was a 21-year-old woman named Valencia Jumper, okay? She was attending Columbia University. She was attending college, and she was from Columbia, South Carolina, all right? Now, this one would go down like as one of the most gruesome crimes, and people were like, okay, we gotta see, like, this will make the police pretty much finally officially start to do their job, right? Now, with Valencia, he knew Valencia because of his sister. That was his sister's best friend. Now, when he would go and visit his sister and see Valencia, he would be attracted to her as well. Okay. She was a very beautiful woman. She's not mentioned here. I mean, she's not shown here, but she was another very beautiful woman, college student, very bright and everything. So when he would go to his sister's house, the sister would think that he's there for her, but literally he's looking at Valencia. He want Valencia bad. And so one day he pops up at Valencia house. Yo, my car, you feel me? I'm having car issues. Can I use your phone? Valencia like, yeah, of course, Henry. Come on in. She look at Henry like a brother, because that's his sister. Her and her sister best friends. You feel me? So she look at him like, oh, bro, come on. I got you. Matter of fact, have a seat. I'm going to go and get the phone for you. You know what I'm saying? So she turns around, and as soon as she does, he hops on her just like he does the rest. This time he uses a cord. He chokes her until she passes out. And then, of course, that's, our word her as she's passed out. And then, but different, how this one was different from Audrey. Remember the other one, he decides that, he don't want nobody to find Valencia. You see, he was pissed off at Valencia because Valencia had a boyfriend. And if I can't have her, then you can't either. So he goes after she was unalived, he goes into her kitchen and puts on on the stove a water. He boils some water and turns it on high. All right. And remember, these were, you know what I'm saying, gas stoves back then. So it was back then it was easier for everything to catch on fire. And that's what he did. He made sure that house caught on fire and her body was burned to without recognition. It was charred, okay? Now, when the investigators get there, they assume that after the fire is put out, they assume that Valencia fell asleep while she was cooking. And that's what happened to her. So her body was not ruled a homicide. Unfortunately, she was not ruled a homicide. They just thought that it was an accident, okay, from cooking. All right. So now Henry is feeling even better. He goes to his sister's house to console her because remember, that was his sister's best friend. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, and everything else. And then guess what he does? He goes to Valencia's funeral, just like he did the other victim, Shauna, and pays his respects to her family, even giving them flowers. All right? That's how sick this man was. That's how sick he was. But with this one, remember, she had a boyfriend. If I can't have you, nobody can. So then a month later, because nobody is catching on. Nobody is putting any puzzle pieces together of who this man is. So then only a month later, you guys, in September, all right, he goes to the apartment of a woman by the name of Michelle Stinson. Now, he had hired Michelle at Taco Bell a few months prior. And again, another itch that he had to scratch. Michelle was described as a spunky young girl, okay? She knew how to command a room. She had a great sense of humor and everything, okay? And she would have conversations with Henry, like they all did. All the workers did. They would be known, just like with Audrey and Shauna, to be laughing and joking in the background. He was smooth talking and everything else. But he has sinister plans for this victim, all right? So one day, he popped at Michelle's house, all right? And now Michelle had a young son. The son was probably about 3 years old, okay? So he pops up at Michelle's house and says the same thing. My car broke down. Can I use your phone? It broke down right when I was in your neighborhood. Can I use your phone, Queen? Now she's the first one at the bottom on the left-hand side. Michelle is like, oh, for sure. She knows Henry. Remember, she knows Henry. That's her supervisor. That's her manager at Taco Bell. So she lets him come in. She gives him the phone. And you already know, as soon as she turns around, he begins to beat on her now and torture her. Now, this one, he took his time with her too, right? And he would force her, instead of him holding her down and choking her until she passed out, he would make Michelle get up, walk to the bedroom, undress, turn around for me, do this. It was a game with him with Michelle, until he forced her to perform an act on him. And that's when Michelle began to fight back, clawing at him, doing everything she could, but it did not work. He took his t-shirt off and began to strangle Michelle, unfortunately, okay, until she was unalive. He then took her body and laid it on the couch, and that's when he heard her son. Her son began to scream. Mind you, this is a baby. So unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, yes, he tried to do the unthinkable to her son. He actually stabbed the baby in his chest, and he hurried up and left. He said that he said the reason why he did that was because he didn't want the son to grow up without the mother. But thankfully, Michelle's boyfriend was on his way home from work and was able to catch, you know what I'm saying, and was able to save the son by calling the ambulance, calling 911, and they walked him through how to save both Michelle and the baby. The baby would be saved, but Michelle, it was too late. The CPR would be a little too late, unfortunately, okay? So that's what he did. Yes, I know, this is a monster. This dude is crazy. All right. So then this time he decided to chill. All right. And so instead of him doing every month or every 2 months, he decided, I'm gonna wait a couple months. But instead of him doing a murder, he decided to shoplift, okay? Because his addiction had grown out of control. Every last one of his victims he was robbing, taking their jewelry, taking their wallet and everything else. But it wasn't enough. The money that they had, remember, these are young 20-year-old college students, for Christ's sake. They're working at Taco Bell while, as an income. So they didn't really have any money. So it couldn't last him for too long. So in February 4th of 1994, he was arrested for shoplifting. But the police had him. But they didn't know that he was the unaliver, even though he had robbed, and the families were coming out saying, yo, Carolyn, her earrings are missing. Shauna, her necklace is missing. Michelle, her wallet is missing. Everybody's stuff is missing. And they had him for shoplifting, and they never put 2 and 2 together. So Henry was let go, ladies and gentlemen. He was let go. So only a few weeks later, February 20th, all right, the mother of Shauna would come out and make another public appeal, okay, about what he had did to her daughter, okay? Now, one thing they did not know was that another victim would be found, and her name was Vanessa Mack, the second one right there. Now, her body would be found around the corner from Shauna's. Remember, I said all of these murders were like in the same area, okay? And they were all in the same, like a 10-mile radius. So Shauna and Vanessa stayed around the corner in the same apartment complex as Shauna, all right? Remember, Shauna got murdered only a few months prior, okay? So he saw Vanessa. He knew that Vanessa and Shauna were friends, and he decided to take Vanessa out. I hope this makes sense. I know it's crazy, but that's what happened. And guess where Vanessa worked? Taco Bell. So now we have 4 or 5 victims all have the same employment at Taco freaking Bell. The only 2 that didn't was Carolyn and Sharon. Remember, Carolyn worked at Bojangles. Sharon was a sex worker. Everybody else had ties to Taco Bell. So that's when the police began to develop a task force, because now we got all these. We have a total of 6 bodies. All right. All Black women, all early 20s and one early 30. All of them college students. Okay, let's put the link together. So they began to begin to reach out to the victims' families and get to learn them a lot more, okay? And this is credit to Shauna Mack's mother, Shauna Houck's mother, because she kept going on air and putting the pressure on the police. I don't know if they would have solved it when they were supposed to, okay? Like this could have been a cold case for a long time, y'all. So they begin to realize, like, wait a minute. All of them worked at Taco Bell. That's when they found out that Carolyn Love, that worked at Bojangles, guess where she would go with her friends to meet up for school and have study sessions? Taco Bell. So they're like, wait a minute. Whoa. Let's look at this Taco Bell, but it will become a little too late, because Henry would have his eye on someone else. On March 8th, only 3 or 4 weeks later, after he unalived Vanessa, he would see a 24-year-old woman by the name of Betty Jean. Now, it was Betty Jean's birthday. And guess what? Betty Jean was best friends with, you guessed it, Henry's girlfriend. And where did Henry's girlfriend work? Bojangles. I know, it's crazy. It is like super crazy. So Henry will pick up his sister and sometimes take Betty Jean home, when he would take his sister home. And Betty Jean would become promoted to assistant manager. What does that mean? Betty Jean got the keys to the safe. So instead of him meeting her instead of him picking up the sister and Betty Jean to take them home, he decided to pop up at Betty Jean's home. All right. Now, Betty Jean, she's seen at the end, she has the college, the graduation cap on. All right. She had just graduated from school and everything. She was hoping to be a general manager or work in corporate in the restaurant industry. Okay. She was excelling very, very well. Well, she did not know that one day after her birthday, Henry would pop up. He hit her with the same thing. My car broke down. Can I use your phone? She's like, okay. But instead of them kicking it and having a good time, Henry went right into action because he needed those keys to that safe at Bojangles. So he begins to beat up Betty and force her to tell him where the keys were and the combination to the safe. Betty put up a fight, though. She would not give up the keys. She would not give up the combination. So he began to torture her. Okay, really began to torture her until she couldn't take it anymore. And she said, okay. She gave up the combination, or so Henry thought. And he thought that, you know what I'm saying? That's it. He asked Betty, are you going to say anything? And Betty was like, I'm not going to say nothing, I promise. But he didn't believe her. And unfortunately, you already know what happened. His signature move, strangulation. And then this time he left her body uncovered, everything just for everybody to see. And what he did was he took more valuables from her home than he did from the other previous victims. Okay, so all her stuff pretty much was gone. All right. And because he had his car, he put everything in there and he went straight to the pawn shop. Oh, excuse me. He left with her car and he took everything to the pawn shop and pawned all her things and then went to a secluded area and left her car there. Okay. And left. All right. He then went to Bojangles and went to the safe, but Betty had gave him the fake safe code. So he was unable to get the cash out. He was pissed. Do you hear me? And he needed more money. All right. He needed more money. So he decided to go back to Betty's house. Remember, he had just unalived her that day. And that's when he saw a woman by the name of Brandy. Now, he knew Brandy. You know how he knew Brandy? Lord Jesus, this is crazy and it's sick. It's sick. But you will see that all these girls pretty much knew each other. Okay. He knew Brandy because of her boyfriend. Brandy had this boyfriend that Henry was really cool with. And so Brandy knew him and didn't think anything of it. So unfortunately, when he went back to Betty's apartment complex, he would see Brandy coming outside. And that's when he knew, okay, that's the target. So he would flag down Brandy and say, Brandy, hold up. My car, man, my car's broke down. Can I use your phone? Brandy would say, okay. Now, Brandy had just had a baby. All right. He had just had a baby. She had just had a baby. And she was like, okay, I got you. Come on in. And so as soon as he gave her the phone, he pounced on her and strangled her and then turned his attention to her baby and strangled the baby. Well, thank God her boyfriend he's another one, was on his way home and he attempted to save Brandy and the baby. He was able to save the baby, but was unable to save Brandy. She passed away. Okay, unfortunately. But the son did survive, and the other son that he did that to also survived, but they were and they don't have any prolonging medical issues. So thank God for that, right? So now that's when the police is like, wait a minute, hold up. So they look into Brandy's background and they see that Brandy's boyfriend was cool with somebody that worked at Taco Bell. They look at Carolyn. Carolyn was the sister, was the best friend of a sister who worked, whose brother worked at Taco Bell. Shauna was employed at Taco Bell. Audrey was employed at Taco Bell. Valencia employed at Taco Bell. Michelle was friends with the sister, Vanessa, Taco Bell. Brandy, cool with the manager at Taco Bell. Betty, assistant manager to Bojangles, but she was best friend with the sister. And her brother was connected to what? Taco Bell. And then all the names, it just kept coming up. This person that worked at Taco Bell who had connections to all 11 women was Henry Wallace. So they finally got him. I'm glad you said that, Thrill Hill. So what ended up happening was, remember when I said that Betty car was ditched? He ditched that car that same night. Remember, he unalived Betty and Brandy in the same night. They stayed in the same parking apartment complex. So what they did was they went to the dust down for fingerprints Betty's car, and they found the thumbprint. Now, prior to all of this, remember, he was arrested for shoplifting. So his fingerprints was already in the system. So they matched it up and it was 100% ID, positive ID. So now they have enough to go in and get him. So they arrest Henry. He gets down to the precinct. And at first, this was on March 13th, so the following day. So at first, he's putting up a fight. I don't know what you're talking about. It took them almost 12 hours to get a confession out of Henry. He finally confessed to all 10 murders, but he also confessed to unaliving the 11th victim, which was the sex worker that they had no idea, because remember how he unalived her was different than how he unalived the rest of the victims. Okay. So after this, even though the everybody was happy that he was thrown, finally off the streets, the community rose up against the police, because it took them all this time from 1990 to 1994 to officially lock this man up. They did a lot of those bodies. Their bodies were cold cases. And the police did not put a lot of manpower into this. Remember, I said a few of those investigations were botched because they were ruining the integrity of the crime scene. They were not taking the crime scenes seriously. So a lot of people blamed it on racism, because these were Black women that were coming up unalived at an alarming rate, and they didn't care. They even tried to say that, what if these were sex workers? Something was going on, because why would they just be unalived? So it was basically like a stereotype. They felt like that the police were stereotyping these women, even though 10 out of the 11 were all young college students just looking to make it and go to college and use Taco Bell as a supplemental income to get them through school. All right. So the police was under a lot of scrutiny. And because of this, the DA, once Henry confessed to all murders, the DA threw the death penalty at him. Now, this was unprecedented, because normally with the confession, they take the death penalty off the table and just offer you life in prison. But they had to save face. The police had to save face because they were getting just cussed out by the public. The public was outraged at this. And this was a pretty big deal. This was around the riots. This was around the NYPD task force coming out saying how they were racist. Racism and drugs was running rampant. And they wanted to assure the Black community that, hey, no, we care about these lives too. So no, we're going to give him the death penalty. And that's what they did. And fortunately, on a few years later, after his confession, he was found guilty in 1997 on the murders and given 9 death sentences. Okay. Now, I know what y'all are thinking, the end, but it's not. Since then, because Henry is only 59 years old. Okay, he's only 59 years old. Henry has since gotten married, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, a woman married, she's a nurse. A woman married him while he was in prison. All right. And now he has been filing petitions to the Supreme Court to get him off of death row. Now, he's filed at least three, they're called stays, right? Execution of stay. He does not want to die, obviously, right? He's filed a few of those appeals. That's what they're called, excuse me, appeals. Now, he says that he was coerced to give a testimony. He says that his constitutional rights were violated. All right. But fortunately, the Supreme Court upheld the decision for his death, but he still has several other appeals to go through. So they may, now his latest appeal was in 2005 and he lost it, but he's coming up for another one, which is why I'm telling y'all the story. Because the death penalty has been heavily debated in America for the past several years, especially, and a lot of states are getting rid of the death penalty. We could see Henry Wallace death penalty overturned in the next upcoming years, you guys, to where he just gets life in prison. But as it stands, he does have a death penalty for the execution chamber. Let's see if they follow through with it, ladies and gentlemen, okay? And I will definitely keep an eye on this. Let's see if they uphold it. But until then, that is the story of the Taco Bell strangler hailing out of North Carolina that sent North Carolina in a freaking frenzy. Currently, he is in Central Prison in Raleigh. Did y'all enjoy that story? I hope y'all like that one. You said no more Taco Bell. You get death penalty, you dead in 5 or less. Yeah, those women, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think they should keep it upheld. But again, the way that how the death penalty is being viewed and people are, you know what I'm saying, taking it away, I wouldn't be surprised. That's all I'm saying. But I hope that it stays. But his appeal was denied. He has another one coming up soon.
You know what's crazy, best friend?
What?
Before I went to the feds, I was at the youth spread, right? But to get processed, they had to send me to Central Prison, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that motherfucker was up there with me when I was up there. That nigga was in protective custody and every damn thing. That's why I was like, I remember that fucker right there. They had his ass in protective custody at CP in 2003.
Well, rightfully so, because look at everything that he did.
Like,
Look how he did
and them motherfuckers in the kitchen, boy, they used to fuck his food up. Like they used to put man gravy in his food, spit in his food. Like niggas really wanted that nigga on the yard, but you can't get a hold of the death row inmates. And
Oh,
the
you can't?
police, nah, they got them in a separate wing. And then the death row inmates, first off, they in protective custody, and then in a separate wing. You know what I'm saying? So they're not allowed to be right there with everybody else. But I know they were terrorizing that nigga food, and the guards didn't give a damn because apparently one of the guards that worked there was related to one of them girls that got killed. So whenever you a chomo, which is a PDF filer or a graper, them guards don't respect it. They'll let people know what you are, and they allow you to get motherfucking done dirty. The only thing they couldn't allow was a motherfucker to get to him. Because you best believe if he wasn't death row, they would have damn sure made it where an inmate could touch his ass. But it's some form. Sometimes it's justice in the prison. Sometimes the officers let you get your justice, but they don't let you get that type of justice on a death row inmate. Because death row inmate, you have to have a lieutenant whenever you move them and shit. So they don't get to move around freely. You have to have a lieutenant to move them. Plus, they in full handcuffs and shackles, so it's always documented whenever they moved and stuff. Plus, it's on camera, so whenever you're in them handcuffs and shackles, they got to keep a camera going, so motherfuckers can't get them.
Well,
It's called a 3-man hold when you on a 3-man hold.
Well, now you see what just happened. I mean, hopefully they keep uphold the death penalty for him. I do agree with you on that, and I'm glad that you got up out of that place because it sounds crazy. But I thank y'all.
Hell, I went to a worse place. Shit. I went to a damn worse place. Shit, I went to a United States penitentiary. That's worse than the damn Central Prison. But the crazy thing about it though, people sitting there talking about getting rid of the death penalty in the United States. If you go to a different country, like they even got death penalty for drug dealers. But like when you get a death penalty in another country, your ass been executed within 5 years. America's the only people that play with the damn death penalty. Like you got death penalty, you got death penalty.
Yeah, they do. They don't play, it's a lot of appeals. It's a lot of appeal process. And it was shocking because normally if you confess, they'll take the death penalty off the table. But with him, they nailed him to the cross because it was so much political outcry behind these murders. And again, I want to say shout out to Shauna Hawk's mother, because if it wasn't for her keep going on television saying the police are not doing their job, we probably wouldn't even know who this man was until years later. Bye, Marcus. Thank you guys. And I thank you, Upper. Shout out to you, your beautiful wife and family. Thank you, Thrill Hill, Joseph, Picasso, All Things, Brock, Fareed, WCS, Mike. Thank you guys. Zulu, thank you guys so much. Brian, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow in Discord. Be there or be square. I'm out.
All right, all right.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought it was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals.
Break that shit down, nigga.
AK or anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spill. 7.62 gon' split 'em. FN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner.
5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up.
SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple off straight go. I got them all, you don't want no.
I got all those shit, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get the squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding.
Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all nigga keep talking about you want smoke. You can't catch me on social media, my nigga. I'm in the street with it, you dig what I'm saying? Nigga know they gotta kill me or die, nigga. Fuck you mean? Talking about smoke, and we still living in the same bitch. No, sir. You don't got smoke with me, baby. You'd have been dead, huh? G-Stack, bitch. Whatever I fuck up, Tom gon' fix it, nigga. Y'all know what the fuck going on, bitch. want smoke, nigga? Y'all know I blow that shit, nigga.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Tryna catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more.
His brain's gone, nigga.
It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting.
We really hit it, nigga.
We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be